Nah. But by the way, I do respect Tessa Blanchard's decision because if a company's gonna tell you that you got to choose them or the other, then guess what? You make the best decision that works out for you and your best interest.
Okay, so hopefully we're live on all sides.
Okay.
Okay. So far, it's got the old thing. We'll get some. I'll get a picture of something for LeBron. And I'll put something up there for you guys. Um, like I said, here I'll get a picture of LeBron. We'll put a picture of LeBron up right now. Save image. Yeah. Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to our billionth episode. Well, I forget how many episodes we're in. We're knees deep into the shit. So, welcome into the Wraith and Smooth show. We got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna try to keep this show to 2 hours. Sometimes we go three, depending on how much we talk about. There was a lot of news to go over. I can't fit it all into a title. We're the ones giving you real passion, real opinions. Get your fucking favorite beverage. Get what you fucking need because we're
Let's,
coming in like Novocaine, and
oh yes,
we're
here we
here,
go.
we're here to talk about a lot of shit and dominate a lot of shit. And yeah, your favorite commentators are here. So
Yes.
enjoy, sit back, and get your favorite beverage. We're here.
Let's
Anyway, we got Smooth
let's go.
Pana, the co-host, the one. Go ahead and say hello.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, hello, hello, hello. Still celebrating the Knicks championship title. Thank you.
They having a
And all you
parade
good markets
on Thursday.
Thursday. Thursday morning.
Thursday,
And
Thursday,
we are
Thursday.
expecting
Thirsty
we are
Thursdays.
expecting and we are expecting more than 3 million people.
Of course you are.
Probably probably more than 3 million. It could probably go up to 4 million because it's the only team that people cheer for. Although you got the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn, but who cares about them? It's all about the Nets.
Who gives a shit about the Brooklyn Nets?
Who gives a shit? Oh, the oh. By the way, Evan Roberts. No one gives a fuck about the Brooklyn Nets. You should have stayed your ass in New Jersey.
Well, fun, fun,
You should have
fun,
stayed.
fun fact. Fun fact. Everybody's giving a shit about Boston Celtics right now, the Clippers, and
Oh,
yeah, right
well,
now.
we knew Jalen Brown. Well, we know Jalen Brown
Well,
is going to be
Jalen
on the way
Brown.
out.
Look, no matter where he goes, it's a fuck situation because if you go there, you put him on Milwaukee. Milwaukee wants to rebuild. They want that fifth pick. They want the Clippers pick. So the Clippers are going to play some type of a factor into this. I do still think Kawhi Leonard's still going to be released from his contract. I do think the NBA is going to drop because they did said by the draft they're going to have a decision on that. And I'm assuming the
Which is
Kawhi Leonard shit's going to go down to where I see Kawhi Leonard being a Golden State Warrior at this point.
and the and let me see. So the draft is
Yeah,
next Wednesday the 24th. So we should be expecting a decision by that Tuesday before the draft, the 23rd. I'm gonna circle
absolutely.
that right there because that's what because they don't want to bring that up for the Wednesday, Wednesday, the day of the draft. So it's gonna be the day before the 23rd. So we'll look out for that decision once that comes around. But for Jalen Brown, man, listen, if they can't if Boston does not respect the fact that you just said what you said, guess what? Maybe maybe it's just time for him to
Well,
move
the
on.
reports are
That's
coming
it.
out that he wants the reports were that they are all into Tatum. They want to rebuild all around
Bingo,
Tatum and run it back.
bingo,
And Jalen Brown
bingo.
is
But
just another player, kind of in the way of he wants to be paid Tatum type of money, and I don't think that's going to happen within Boston. I don't think Boston has the
it's
capital like that to do that.
this situation. Then I'll ask the Celtics this: You was supposed to have a down year. This was not supposed to be 57 wins and the number two seed in the East. It was supposed to be a down year. But yet Jalen Brown said, no, 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 no. I'm going I'm going to lead this ship and bring everybody else with me. And a lot of those guys showed up. It's like these guys, and when they played us during the regular season, we said, "Who?" We said, "Oh, these guys could play. These guys could play," and they were keeping the games close and scoring. So, and this is while JT was out. So, another question comes: can you count on JT to be healthy throughout an 82 game season now? That's the question.
Well,
Because if you're short,
in your
because
argument, is Jalen Brown worth? Is he better than Tatum? And my answer is I don't think so. I think he's a solid number two, kind of like an Austin Reeves. And that's
yes,
tough.
I
And the
understand.
difference is between Austin Reeves and a Jalen Brown is the fact that Brown has a championship, right?
Bingo. See,
There's your difference when you're on the
there's,
negotiation
there's a
table.
difference. Do not even you can't bring Austin Reeves into this because Austin
Right.
Reeves he still has yet to prove he has more to prove. Jalen
Right.
Brown proves that. Jalen
Well,
Brown has
okay,
proved it.
so if the Clippers, okay, so picture this one. You're gonna have another twin tower situation within the Clippers. Now the Clippers have an opportunity here. They have the fifth pick. They could go get somebody and retool and rebuild. They could. Or if the
Okay.
Clippers don't want Brown, what they could do is they could build for the future because the Clippers have an opportunity here because they did with Zubox. They did get a fifth round draft pick unconditionally. So they could go
You mean
draft somebody and they already
num-
have two
number
young
five?
players already.
You mean the first round draft pick at number 5?
Yes.
Okay, so I would do the rebuild because you already know who your top three. Your top three is Darren Peterson, Darius A. Cup Jr., and AJ DeBonza. After
Yeah.
that, we'll see.
Well, the Clippers have a nice team. Like I'm not gonna front. The Clippers have a nice team to be honest with you. If
And they
if
could
they build around it, if their owner's not a bone fucking head, Steve Ballmer has shown you that yeah he has a bunch of money to throw around, but he's also a damn bonehead.
well, this is where Ballmer's gonna have to put his ego to the side and hire somebody that knows basketball.
Well,
Just
out of
like with
this, I
Dolan,
think if
just,
Bomber was colluding,
just
this is my personal opinion. If Bomber was colluding out of this, he should be like a what was his name? The other owner before he took over.
Donald Sterling.
Yeah, he should honestly just be removed. To be honest with you, I think the league.
Mm,
I honestly think he should be shown the door. He's been colluding, and there was a lot of insider trading with him. Bomber's an
okay,
idiot.
well, if
That's
it's
why Bomber was asked to leave. Bomber made a lot of bad
if it,
like in Microsoft.
if it, okay, so if there's a lot of insider trading with him being an owner for the Clippers, he's got to go.
Well,
He's got to go.
if you go into that situation, so let's go into that situation why Kawhi Leonard is getting the axe and why I think the Clippers are going to need to start over. Personally, I think Adam Silver is soft. I've always said this as an owner. If this was Donald Sterling, God bless his soul, I actually really enjoyed him as
You mean David
a
Stern?
commissioner. David Stern, thank you.
Th-
Um, I think if he was still alive and he was still running the league, I think this would
Oh,
be. Go
that
ahead.
hammer will be dropped already. That
Yeah,
hammer would have been dropped. What?
and the
Listen,
referees would have been put in check.
listen. Not only that, he would have Stearns would have sent somebody to the team and said, "Yo, we've been investigating with you. We got these findings, and your boy could be suspended for the whole year. He
Absolutely,
either deals with you like just like what he did in '93 with Michael Jordan, with his gambling situation that perverse so bad, his father was murdered due to
absolutely.
his due, due to his due to his crazy gambling, and that's why David Stearns came in, called up the Bulls, said, "Hey, we've been doing this investigation into Michael's gambling situation, and we found that he's been doing a whole lot of shady shit. We're gonna suspend him for the year." That's why Michael Jordan did that whole retirement, went to baseball for the season, and then he came back in '94 for the '94
See, you
'95
know what?
season.
And if I, I wasn't really that. I was very young, so when you mentioned this to me over the phone today, I was like, I didn't think it like that. I didn't think it was because of the gambling. I thought he wanted to go revolutionize baseball and turn it into a spectacle at that time.
Nope, nope. Everybody knew it was because of gambling, and he used to do the gambling perversely during the season.
Right.
When when my Knicks played the Bulls in the '93 Eastern Conference Finals, we were up 2-0. I remember everybody knew about the whole investigation into the gambling. That's when they start the newspaper, local newspapers here, the Daily News, the Post, USA Today, and then ESPN at the time. Um, they did some features on this in between the off day, and we said, "What the hell are you doing? We trying to beat the damn Bulls and make it to the NBA Finals." Well, Michael Jordan saw that shit and said, "I'm gonna use that motherfucker for motivation," and they beat us four straight and advanced to the NBA Finals, where they won their third consecutive championship, the first three-peat.
Sorry, stream. If you hear me snorting a little bit, we were having fires out in they're like up in the mountains in the Redlands area. So here in Coachella Valley. So like
Mm-hmm.
it's like pretty smoky. So my allergies and my lungs have just been like on fire. I apologize.
Uh-oh.
Sorry if you hear me
Whoa.
snorting. I have the air purifiers on, but it's just the weather. And the hotness is not
Yeah.
helping the cause. Today was like 111 here. So I'll tell you guys the story today. We'll get back to this other stuff. So today um I was out in it and Spectrum messed up my whole account. They had me under disconnect. So I had to go because Spectrum has a package now to where they give you 5G as a backup if your internet goes down. So your internet stays up 24/7. So if they have an outage or whatever, they just switch you over to Verizon 5G ultra wide, which is nice. And they give you a battery backup if you have a power outage, which is cool for me because then I never have to lose the internet and stuff like that. But
Okay.
it was 5 hours of pain in my ass today.
Yeah.
And
Because
then between my mother's doctor's appointment, that going to get sandwiches because we were just withered. By the time we got to about 2 o'clock here, it was just like, oh, I was gassed. I was tired. I was gassed. The weather just like it. Like I tell people, I'm used to the hot weather, but when you're out in the middle of it. It's like you might just go. You just want to go to a pool. You just want to go throw yourself
mhm,
in some water.
throw yourself into the pool and stay there.
Yeah, yeah, or a cold shower, just like literally a deep
Yeah.
mother freaking cold shower.
Yeah. But
But here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm a diehard Lakers fan. I told this to another friend of mine that I also streaming buddies with. That we were playing Fortnite last night. J Lo. I said the same thing then as I'll say now. Austin Reeves is not worth $256 million. I'm sorry, don't agree with that. Austin Reeves, you're funny, and also Austin Reeves, you want another 10 million on top of that. I don't know what smoke you're smoking or what you're on or what you on. I'm sorry, but you could take that back and run it back somewhere else. Good luck to you. I think the Lakers should go get pieces. They need pieces. Mitchell Robinson's been, I guess, rumored. I wouldn't look this up because my co-host told me about this. I guess
yes.
ESPN's reporting that the Lakers are interested, but I think he should stay with the Knicks. I really think Towns is going to take less money to cooperate with everybody and involved.
Yes.
I think he's going
Well.
to be a team player
Mhm,
and try to keep the other players around the nucleus around for years to come. I think the Knicks,
of
if they
course.
play it right, they get some pieces. I think Knick fans need to believe in themselves, let trust in the process. I could be
Well.
completely wrong, but I'm optimistic.
What? Well. I would say this for the Knicks Nation. They can breathe and relax now a little bit. Now that we got the championship and trust in the process. Before that, it was just, oh, we gotta make it there. It's this heartbreak going on. I said, guys, you can't go from step one to step four just like that. You gotta go through the process. You gotta build callous before you even get to the final goal, which is a championship. We
And the
built
Knicks
it.
are
We
changing.
finally got it.
Knicks are changing their chemistry. They're changing their culture up on the team. So you got to give it some time. I guarantee Cat will take less money. I'm not going to guarantee that. I'll shut my mouth. But I will say
Yeah.
Cat
Well,
will. I think he would because he's a family guy. and he's all about this whole culture, and I think Jalen Brunson set the tone for that.
And he will speak to him once all of this whole celebration is over and we get to the real off season. Then they'll have a private talk on that. So I'm not going to be too worried about it because Cat will take less upon it.
And
But
honestly,
you was
guys,
talking
I
about
don't want to hear from any of you Gamudget wannabe jump on the bandwagon Nick fans because there's a lot of you that I've seen on X. Stop it.
Cameron,
Stop it.
Cameron,
Stop it. Stop it. You guys are
Cameron.
morons, low IQ, bottom of the barrel. No, you do not want Honest Akupo coming to the Knicks. I'm sorry to tell you this. If you do this, you're going to get rid of half of your nucleus for it, and you're going to lose. You'll be a
I don't
round
want to
one
hear.
and out.
Listen, the curmudgeon Nick fan. I don't want to hear from them neither. Talk about Giannis. Okay.
It's Miami.
Uh,
I'm going to tell you guys this for on it, Giannis. It's Miami or bust. It's Miami's game. They need to sign him. If they don't, that's just a fuck up in itself.
true. Yeah.
That is
Now you was talking
Miami's
about.
game, and like, look, the Knicks. I mean, look. I love Giannis, but Giannis wants to be a Knick so bad. But
Mm.
at the end of the
Well,
day, at the end of the
well,
day, go ahead.
now that we got the championship, the Giannis talk has now died down.
We
I
don't
haven't
need
heard much.
Giannis to begin with.
I haven't heard Giannis talk for the past 4 days now. So, well, yeah, 4 days after.
And
So,
I don't
damn.
want to hear from Clown A. Smith. I don't want to hear from Clown A. Smith. I don't want to hear from that guy.
And Ca- and
I don't
Cameron
take him serious anymore.
and the rapper Cameron, who now wants to jump on as a Knicks fan when we know that you're a Spurs fan. You told your story about being a Spurs fan, and all of a sudden this morning on First Take you have on an orange a blue suit with an orange tie and your Nick hat on, talking about, oh, we back, we back, we back. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You are a
Well,
Spurs fan.
I
You
think he ate a lot of.
lost.
I think that person ate a lot of crow because, to be honest with you, wasn't he the one that said the Knicks suck, and then got told
Ringo.
if they lost that he had to wear like Knicks shit for a week?
I don't know. Did he?
I think Stephen A.
Who
Smith did. I think.
Oh shit. Well, if it's like that, then
And
he said,
also
"Oh
and
yeah."
also they're also playing it up. It's like the View. Like if we want to go there, the View's been playing this up, right? Big
Yeah.
time. You know,
Or
with
if
the
you, well, yeah. The whole who's a Spurs fan, who's a Knicks fan, yeah, whatever. Okay,
look,
listen, and
look.
another thing too, I don't want to hear from no curmudgeon legends, NBA legends, former players and announcers condoning the behavior of Victor Wembanyama after the final buzzer.
I agree with you. You know what?
Wait.
Fair.
Let me go there with this.
Okay.
I'm a former athlete, track and field. I used to compete against, high level competition. If I lose, if we run on the track, and at the end of the race, if I lose, guess what? I'm shaking that person's hand who won and say congratulations.
Hold on. Can
I'm
I do this
shaking the
for
team.
you? Can I do this for you? This is what
Go ahead.
Smoot's doing right now to all these gumudgets that are basically doing. Here we go.
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
He's black.
Go on.
He's bald.
Does he look like a bitch?
What?
Okay, we had to do that just because you're going in hard.
Yeah. Listen, I used to compete in track and field, high school and college. You couldn't pull that shit off. Go pull that shit off and let your coach see that shit. Oh, and other coaches would have saw that because they're watching you as you're running on the track, competing against high level competition from other schools and colleges. Let you pull that shit off. You'll get suspended, and if you do it again, you'll be off the team. What? So Victor Wembanyama gets to do that shit and get away with it? No,
Okay,
no, no, no,
so
no, no, no.
okay,
No,
so
wait,
let me interrupt you
no,
there.
no.
It's kind of like Naomi Osaka, right? Let's go there. It's that newer
Uh-oh.
generation bullshit, right? We condone the bad behavior, and it's like, no, I'm sorry, there's no participation awards. He fucked up. He threw elbows in the first round, got suspended for a game, almost hurt somebody. And this falls on Adam Silver. This just does.
Okay,
I'm
so
tired of this man saying over and over again, "Oh, we're gonna look in it." No, do something about it.
let's but, but listen, listen. If it was listen, David Stern, for the late great commissioner of the
He was the
NBA,
best. I
David
loved
Stern.
when he fined
Listen,
people.
if David Stearns would have saw that elbow to Nas Reed in the second round of the Western Conference semifinals, guess what would have happened? Victor Wembanyama gets suspended for a game.
No, he
Or
would
if he do it
actually been
again, that's
suspended for 2 games. Go figure. You remember?
2 games.
Remember when Steve Nash got? Remember when my Lakers went against the Phoenix Suns and drew them against the sidelines?
Yes.
Remember when David Stern turned around and went, "Oh, hey, you're suspended for 2 games and a hefty fine," and everybody went,
Yes.
"Whoa!" And he said, "I'm not going to have it
Yes.
in my league. You're not going to do that in my league."
Yeah, and then too, he would have never got away with mushing to the ground Jalen Brunson. That would have been 2 games. Oh no, if he would do it again, that's 3 games. You'll lose your star for the rest of the series.
Remember how many
Oh
times
wow.
Rasheed? You remember how many times I used to love when Rasheed
Rasheed
Wallace
Wallace.
would get pissed off and he would throw an elbow, and like he would get suspended. He goes, "What? What? He fucking deserved it." And I turn around, and go, "My
Yeah.
man, my man's, bro."
Listen, and so Victor Wembanyama and his teammates wants to pull off for Isaiah Thomas from the 1991 Eastern Conference Final Series against the Bulls. Okay, Detroit beats them 88, 89, 90. They finally get beat in a sweep of 91, and Isaiah Thomas tells his team just to walk off. Don't give Michael Jordan and the Bulls play, and Bulls of the opponent a handshake. Just say job well done. Uh-uh. That's why they never let up on Isaiah Thomas about it, and that's what caused him a spot on the Dream Team in 1992. Because you didn't show sportsmanship to the man that finally beat you.
And you know what?
You
You
want
know
to
what's
be raw,
interesting?
raw,
You know what's interesting? You don't see Cooper Flag
and,
doing that. You don't see.
and then
You
and
don't
then and then
see.
hold on,
What's his face for the Detroit Pistons doing that?
and then hold on. Why am I getting Robert Ory talking about? Oh, so no, so Robert Ory was on this show road tripping with Kendrick Perkins, Allie Clifton, and Richard Jefferson. They had a
Okay, can
guest
I
on.
interrupt you for a second? A lot of these
Yeah,
old players want to bring back the old school, like
yeah.
rough
Oh, they want
housing
to.
and fighting.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you compete at a high level, but you can't shake a person's hand after the competition. You
Well,
got to be kidding me. So, so
here's my thing about the league, right? And this
it's
is
not even the
where
league. Go ahead. It's not even
you're
the league. It's sports. Period. So
in,
not only
and
gonna do
we're in a
this.
like I get your argument, I do, but we're in a
Go
concussion
ahead.
world. We are in CTE concussion, life. Here's the thing with me. Let the players play, but there is letting them play and then there's taking an elbow and smiling after the fact.
I
That to
get that.
me, where are the referees in that moment going, "Hey, look, you're on the bench. You're being kicked out of the game." Because in college, this
I
is where I like college basketball a lot. When if that gets done in college basketball, you're being ejected. If you lead with
of
your
course
helmet to attempt to hurt somebody in college football, you being kicked. I think the
you're being kicked out
NBA
the
needs
game.
to bring back the Rasheed Wallace rule to where if
Yeah.
you do that, I think they're too soft. I've said this.
And that's another, and that's, you know what, that'll be another topic for a day because we go into that. But I'm talking about sportsmanship. You're not supposed to be raw Ryan doing all this shit. Oh, I'm in your
Well,
fucking
that's
head. I'm in your head. And then all of us,
that's the new younger generation shit. So like for instance,
and then
Naomi
all of a sudden,
Osaka shit. That's what that is.
yeah, and then all of a sudden I hear all these legends and former players
Okay, so
condoning
let's
that
break this down
behavior.
real quick. Let's break this down real quick in the arguments of this, right? So let's go there.
Hmm.
All right, so the newer generation, let's just keep this real. Younger than us, we're Gen X, I'm millennial. We're both
Hmm.
considered boomers to a lot of people. Um, and then even when I was coming out of high school, there were a lot of the kids that were coming up. It's um talk shit, there's no consequences. Or you get an anticipation trophy anyway. There's no winning or losing. and showing sportsmanship is just out the door. When I was a kid, you shook the person's hand, no matter if you win, lose, draw, or tie. You know,
Bingo.
so it's to me because I used to do track and field. I've been in wrestling, even in professional wrestling training. When you're fighting somebody and they outdo you, you can't help but turn around and shake that fucking person's hand and go,
Bingo.
look,
Say job well done.
right. But nowadays
Job
in
well done.
sports, you got the Simon Bios of the world. You have, um, it's like I gave credit
Yes.
to Djokovic recently, right? He lost to the Brazilian phenom that's starting to come up the pike, and
Okay.
he went up and he shook his hand and said, "You got one over me." And he
Good.
was
See,
very
there you
recently
go.
walked over and shook hands and thanked him and hugged him and the whole night. That's how it should be. Like
Of
I don't
course,
like
and that's how.
Sinner does this. Sinner's well known. Even Olga Azarenka is known for that.
Yes.
It's like to me, I think it needs to be more sportsmanship. That's what I appreciated when I watched the NHL Stanley Cup at the end. Yeah, okay, the Knights lost. Yes, they were
Yes.
down. Yes, they
Eh,
look,
Two
Stone was
teams meet.
upset
And
after the fact.
listen, and two teams meet on center ice
Yep.
to give handshake
That's what
and
the
a bro
NBA should
hug and
start
say
doing. People need to start
job
showing
well
like
done.
we could be the bigger people in the world.
I always hear the announcer of Detroit Lions radio, Dan Miller. He he always said every broadcast. He always said every broadcast at the end of the game. He said two teams meet at the field to say job well done, job better done by the Detroit Lions or the other team that beat the Detroit Lions.
Right.
That's how you're supposed to do it. I don't care because you are competing.
But
Okay,
okay, in
NFL,
fairness,
you compete. You
I
compete.
did like
But
what Terrell Owens used to do on purpose. I do like what Baker Mayfield used to do. So I like kind of like playing it up for the crowd like that and getting tackled. I kind of found that kind of cool.
I get it. But at the end
But
of the
I'm
game, guess what
different.
you're doing?
I'm different of I kind of like the entertainment in sports, but Wimby
No,
like
no,
even in
that's
the
not no.
post
But I'm
media
saying,
scrums, even in the
but
piece
wait,
post go ahead. Sorry.
but hold on. That's not a problem with Terrell Owens and what he did with the whole star and doing the whole showmanship and Baker Mayfield. But at the end of every matchup and at the end of each and every game, guess what they're doing? Sportsmanship. Job well done.
Yeah, but
With
sometimes
that,
I sometimes I if they have a rivalry, sometimes I do like them furthering it, like the disrespect
I
sometimes. I know it's weird. I'm weird.
sometimes, but listen, and I get it, but you got to do sportsmanship because
Like
look,
when Kevin Garnett looked at Gary Payton back in the day and like I'm going to end you like that, you know what I mean? I like that kind
I
of
mean,
stuff.
but I'm talking, yeah, that's during the matchup, that's during the game, but
Mm.
you
They used to walk
you'll
by each
still,
other all the time. It was like LeBron. For a while there, certain players he would just walk by and never shake their hand because he didn't like them.
yeah,
So yeah, I like
but
those kind of
and
things. But my point is to you is my co-host is literally um, Wimby is built different. This newer generation doesn't have. They can't take a
hmm
loss properly. You saw that in the media scrum. You saw the disrespect there. Like he's already in his mind. Like you
they're
get.
going to be back here, and we were up at each and every game, and
Well,
we
he
should
was also
win.
saying, well, there's other teams next year. I don't know how I'm going to get back. It's called put the work in. Put the work in to make
You
the
don't know how
dream
you can.
work.
Whoa, you don't know what how to get back,
Well, he
bro.
was kind of saying,
Okay,
well, other teams are going to get better, and it's that Crimea River newer generation shit. Naomi Osaka was well known for this. Like she would close out, not do press conferences. She wasn't really good at it. That's that new generation because they don't know how to accept a loss because they were never taught that because they were always handed a trophy. Let's just
I
keep it
always
real.
like what listen, for as much shit that we give to Shannon Sharp, the Hall of Famer, he said something that was very important on Nightcap when this whole thing transpired. He said, "You don't accept anything in the win that you wouldn't accept in the loss. You don't accept." So basically, you're gonna shake the person's hand when you win, but when you lose, you're not gonna do it.
I'm agreeing with
Make
you,
that make
but
sense.
I'm agreeing with you, and we come from that generation of people where no matter what sport
And we
you
gotta.
played, or even if you're playing golf with
Mhm.
your friends, you shook your friend's hand anyway. Nice
Of course we
shot.
did.
You show
Nice shot.
sportsmanship.
But yes. But I
But
get
this
this.
newer
But this new.
this newer generation just doesn't get it. They just don't understand it.
And we can, and you know what? We can't give any excuses to them now. We have to.
No,
We have to tell them.
and by the way, on this show, I'm not giving them any excuse. I'm just going over like this is
Oh
the
no, no,
newer
no. I'm just
generation
saying.
because they don't know how to handle shit.
No, I'm just saying, not you that will do it, but I'm just saying, for in general, people should not give them any excuses because then this behavior is gonna perverse into something that's so imbalanced you can't that you won't be able to call that to call in the rains to call that to reining in
Well,
because it's gonna
let's
get
keep this real between you and I and everybody. The newer generation's got to take care of us, and I just think they're gonna fail us miserably when we're in our
that's why
70s.
that's why we listen that's why we should take care of ourselves. Don't depend on anybody out there to take care of you because all of a
Well, we're gonna
sudden
have
it
to
falls
depend
into
on the
one.
newer generation to pass laws for our sad old asses.
Hey, we we
And
better
I have no
we better
faith on
start
that shit.
teaching them.
Hey,
Listen, hey,
segue to the other one. We got to see that on a Sunday, how stupid a world could be and how younger generation could be fucking stupid. So there you go.
well, listen, and shout out to the man, Sean Strickland. You are the man, sir.
The other guy at the press conference, he said like he got escorted after that and told to leave. After
Oh, Bryce Mitchell.
he said literally, look, I don't support what's going on. I'm college educated. Look, I don't support having sports sitting in the front lawn. This is the people's lawn. You should be able you should be doing more things than putting on sporting events. You should be protecting the American people and using our taxpayer money for better things, like protecting people. Like, let's
But
just
see,
keep it real.
let's keep it real. But it's also a distraction
Yes.
for what's going on around the world. So
Well,
that's why.
I've always told you this. Look over. It's like what I've been doing with Fran, right? The YouTuber.
Yeah,
I've been saying she does the whole look over here, look over there. Orange Man does the same thing. So people have been doing this lately. Follow on his lead
of
because
course,
look over
of
here,
course.
let's sweep, 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 and let's
And
not
then
keep it 100.
Mhm. That's just what it is. To the point now, we have this fallout. And the fallout is very huge from this post UFC two fifty
The
discussion.
UFC 250 was a giant fucking shit show. It was just to pad people's ego. People almost got
Hmm.
hurt, and
Yes,
thunder and lightning, horrible conditions.
yes,
It's very apparent the Orange Man don't give a fuck about Americans. Obviously, it's
no,
apparent. Cash Patel was sleeping at the wheel because there was almost a bombing. Let's keep it
it was both.
real. What are we
It
doing
was,
as a society? It was a shit
they
show.
said it was a they said it was a terror plot. I don't know.
They
I'm
literally walked, they
skeptical.
gave them 10 steps. These people were
Oh,
locked and loaded, ready to go. And you know, the sad part is, you know what makes me sad is you're more caring about fucking partying than fucking taking care of the American people. That's the sad part. You're caring more
they
about
told
Bud
you.
Light than you're fucking caring about fucking putting on taking care of the American people. And I had to watch, and I'm gonna say this to this current regime because I'm really pissed off about this one. Why the fuck am I watching a war ad, AI generated slop from David Ellison and Paramount? Absolutely dumbfounding, and saying, we're gonna find you, we're gonna kill you, we're gonna murder you. What the fuck? That's not what I represent or what the flag represents to me. And people died to make this country the greatest shit on earth. And we're lucky we haven't been, taken out or had devastation outside of like, some bombings in the 90s and 9/11. We've been lucky. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
not saying anything's going to happen bad, but I'm just saying we've just been lucky. We've been dodging
No, we
bullets
just
for
didn't.
decades now.
Yes, yes,
And I
we
just
have.
find it
And
absolutely disgusting how These people were able to breathe and almost kill a bunch of people. It's like, what are we doing? That falls on the FBI. That falls on Orange Man. You're telling me you have the
Yeah,
best security. You're using taxpayers' money, what, to patch your own fucking wallets? And then on top of it, these UFC fighters that were saying, "Oh, Michelle Obama's a man," and all this different shit. You're getting bent over and fucked over by the idea of fucking getting. You're not even getting paid in American currency. You're getting paid in crypto that can all just be taken from you a second. So you just basically work for free. Let's keep it real.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I
And
don't want to hear
also,
from
yeah,
any of these fucking gamudgets saying, "Oh, it took pride." No, this show was a shit show. Most of the fighters there were not even on my card. You got rid of a
see,
lot of the big fighters that I wanted to see anyway because they had political views. Oh, First
like I said,
Amendment rights.
like I said, Team MAGA and their donors are kvetching out there. Oh, why did people complaining about what's going on with UFC 250? Oh, but yet your guy, Eric Trump, oh, he went to Benny Johnson's show Monday, or what was it, one of the days there,
And you
and
know
said,
what? Can I
oh,
say this? I'm gonna
no,
go
no,
on
no,
one more. I'm gonna go on one more real quick for you. I'll let you continue. Why the
yeah,
fuck are we doing it on a White House lawn when we could be doing it in the Commander Stadium and filling it up with more people, making more money? How stupid can you fucking be? Let's just keep it real. Why do it on the White House lawn as a spectacle when you could do it even 10 times bigger in an NFL stadium, Mr. Orange Man? Let's just be real with that one and have more sponsors and make it into a fucking spectacle and have like Top Gun shit happening. As you want to say, Mr. Pete XF that wants to pound my chest and say, fuck around and find out. Sorry, not sorry for my comments, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah, PD. That's why Iran beat your ass. Bye
Oh,
bye.
well, if they bent us over backwards and stuck to where the sun don't shine and said, take it. And you're
That's
going to
right.
love it.
And we told you all not to go there, but you decided to go there because
Well, they
you
did
don't.
it. They was all
You
of this is just to pat his family, man. It's all it. When you saw it on Paramount, I just went, "Oh, they're smiling because they're making billions off of it."
yeah.
It's all fucking
Listen,
joke.
listen. The Israeli military is the official overhead for the U.S.
Did
military.
you not
That's
see
it.
on? Did you not see on the Octagon? If you zoomed in, there's Riyadh season, Riyadh this, the Saudi Arabian government was fucking like all over the place, and I'm just sitting going, "What are we
C
doing?"
TKO,
Yeah,
TKO. Just like what they do with WWE.
and
I
Roman
am doing
Reigns,
a.
Roman, shut your fucking mouth, bud.
I am on.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Uh,
Absolutely absurd to me. Shut your mouth. You were hugging Orange Man and saying how people need to just accept what's happening around you. Who are you talking to, bud? You're making millions. You're sitting nice. You're blessed. Not all of us have a golden spoon in their fucking mouth, Roman.
and, and you're
And
not
by the way, I
affected by
agree
the
with
paychecks
everybody.
either.
I agree with everybody. You're the Magna champion.
No. Hey, who cares? Listen,
Hey,
listen.
they
I'm on a
said what? You
boycott.
know what they said? What they said was they should just change that world heavyweight title and put the Magna logo and the American flag on it, like they did the UFC belts.
My God.
That was also disrespectful too to me. Like I didn't like that at all. We have to have freedom belts. Come on now, it's so stupid. And then
Listen,
we're uniting two belts. Like what are we doing? UFC to me used to mean something. That's why I stopped watching. UFC
listen.
became less about the fights and more about the spectacle.
I am on a boycott divestment sanctions. BDS on TKO, Ari Emanuel, and Mark Shapiro. Because anything that you have, I am on a BDS. I'm on the BDS movement. Boycott
and
divestment
and
sanctions.
uh and
Because
uh
you
Cash
know
Patel,
because
we need
all
to take your drink card away from you immediately. You say Bud Light gets you fucking tanked as shit. We need to take your man card
Mhm.
away from you. Bud Light is piss water, and we gotta take that away from you. And I don't
Let
care.
me go over
Bud
a little
Light,
bit.
that's like drinking natural select. You're going real bottom of the
I,
barrel.
listen. I don't care. Listen, Cash Patel could go suck on a dick because we know who his we know who his paymasters are.
Hey,
Okay,
can
I,
I
I
just
don't
can
care.
I just can I just say this to you real quick? If you're gonna drink like that stuff, you might as just drink malt liquor. You might as drink Mad Dog 50/50. You might as just if you're gonna drink bottom of the barrel shit, you might as drink the real shit beer. Like just straight up, like just like you're gonna die the next day bad.
They don't care. Listen, I don't care too much. Everybody talk about, oh, Cash Patel. This Cash Patel's paymaster is Israel. He told you about this before he became the director of the FBI. Him and Pete
Let me let
Hegseth
me let me let me
and
tell you.
Orange
Let me
Man.
be, and I don't mean I don't want to sound like this, but Cash Patel is just acting like a white man. He's trying to fit in like he's a white man, the Caucasian,
Well,
and
who
he's
cares?
not.
I don't. Mm. Listen, I
You
haven't
ever
paid
seen
attention to
him? You ever seen him talk? He tries to act like he's white, and he's not white. It's sad.
I know,
It's
yeah.
absurd.
Listen, Cash Patel, I don't care too much for him because he also
He's a
is
good mud.
trying to
Let's
put
keep it real, so we don't have to talk so much derogatory. He's a good mudget. Let's be real.
basically that he's a curmudgeon. He's a curmudgeon,
Because I know
and you want to put
we could say a bunch of choice words about his low IQ ass, Mister
by the way,
College
Cash.
educated.
By the way, Cash. We know who really assassinated Charlie Kirk. Just saying, and it
Oh
wasn't.
shit! Oh shit!
And
Yeah, oh shit!
and, and
Let's
we
let's
know
let,
who
let's
did.
let's not top on that one. All right, on this show, let's not do
I'm
that.
just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Just saying. We know who did it. Shh. And it wasn't. And it wasn't who you're pinning out to be. So let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it a
That's my
buck.
co-host for you. I'm not touching that subject. Not going there.
No, no, I'm just not. No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying too
Too
much
many
about it
people are
because
too sensitive over that, and I don't touch certain subjects, and he's one of them.
I know who did it. We saw the message.
I,
We saw the.
don't
We
come
saw.
at
We, no, I'm
me.
just saying.
Don't come at me if you want to have an argument off the side with this gentleman. His Twitter's in the description. You want to have a discussion,
Yes,
a talk.
I'll I'll gladly go there, but I'm just not. I'm gonna just keep it sweet, short and sweet right here. Cash Patel. We know who really did it to Charlie Kirk,
It's
and you
not
should
so
be doing your.
okay. In fairness, it's not so much. It's not so much that we can't talk about it. It's just platforms, TOS. Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah,
go. There's some. I
I'm
don't
just
mind
saying.
talking politics, but I don't want to go into those black areas like that or the
Yeah,
I'm trying to say it
yeah.
the right. Those unknown black areas, gray areas.
Mhm.
Sorry. Stream, don't cancel me, please. I meant gray areas, so don't get it twisted. I know some of you are gonna twist that.
Listen.
Oh, you're talking about race. No, I'm talking about gray area.
No,
There's certain gray
gray
areas that
areas.
I
Gray
said black
areas. I'm
areas.
just
It was my bad.
gray areas, but I'm just keeping it short and sweet. But I'll just keep it as that. But let me go off on TKO 1 minute. Hey TKO, you don't care about the people. You don't care about the products that you have. You don't care about people spending their hard-earned money for it and giving a discount. Meanwhile,
Can I
you
interrupt you there
are
real quick?
promoting.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Mm-hmm.
You ready for it? You're gonna have a laugh. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Cause my name is Fran the Heel and I pay thousands of dollars. That's what TKO is going after. Those stupid people. The
And
low
yet
IQ bottom of
TKO,
the barrel.
Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, you promote genocide? Oh, you promote genocide worldwide. How about that? But yet you want us to support your products? Give me a fucking break. You bitches, cause and all you people
And
out
Artie
there that are
Manuel,
supporting this.
he was
Wait,
at
wait,
that
wait.
UFC event and he looked like a dumbass. He was smiling, like giggling and wiggling, and same with that David Ellison guy. And I'm like, bro, your time
What?
is coming, homie.
Yeah, you and Barry
I
White.
can't wait. I can't wait for the day that when a new regime comes
Let
into
me, let
power
me.
and you get pushed back 10 steps.
But they're gonna call them anti-Semitic because oh,
Well,
what's
I'm
the one
talking
thing?
about like all the shit that they're getting away with now. They're not going to
I
get
get
away
it.
with it eventually.
I get it, but they're gonna use the whole anti-Semitism card to say, "Oh,
Oh,
why you
I know
coming
they
after us
are,
for?"
but I'm going to tell you this one. I'm going to tell you this straight up. The shit that these
Hmm.
people are getting away with now, 10 years from now, it's going to come back to it's going to come back sooner than later and bite them in the ass. Everything that's
Because
happening now, right
you
now
are
it's being
quoting them.
covered, right? It's being blanketed. But when this veil comes off this shit, I've said this. Be prepared for a lot of people getting in trouble, arrested, thrown in heavy fines, insider trading. Get ready for it. I'm waiting for
I
it.
mean, yeah, because listen, basically, they quote on free speech. Number one, then now what? You're saying something and you want to hunt us down, David Ellison. Yeah, you try it. Oh, but you won't
Well,
try it
David
because
Ellison, here's the problem with him, right? There was commercials that were okay that I found offensive, and then there was other things during the UFC fight that they banned. For instance, so it's not okay to talk about the merger in commercials that were supposed to air that they paid big money. The Freedom whatever company paid so much money to have on your air show, and you're telling
nope,
me that's not okay, but we could put
no, no, that's
defensive war and shit.
because because it's all about censorship.
Right?
Always remember that.
That's what I was
It's
like
about
going, what are we
censorship.
doing? Like, what are we doing?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I questioned every bit of it. I was like, so
listen,
it's
listen.
okay to bring AI generated slop to the
Mhm.
forefront during a UFC event, but it's not okay to talk about the merger. That you guys,
Listen,
it's not even confirmed all the way.
listen. And then his father, Larry Ellison, with running TikTok. Oh, so anybody talks critical about the place that you donate your money to, Larry, they get axed. Yeah, what kind of free
Yeah,
speech
see, I don't
platform is
get
that?
that. Like, and also we need to talk about this too. Fox Corporation. I don't know what side of the board is that what's his face? It's the Fox Corporation
That's
is
Rupert Murdoch.
okay. They bought a Roku sticks and streaming boxes, so they spent way so much money for that. They are desperate.
Yeah,
They are getting
they're just
desperate.
oh,
They went out and bought a
that is
Roku, and they went out and they spent 22 or $25 billion would it be to have that on
ooh,
their. I don't know what they're going to use it for. I don't know what they're trying to prove, but you would think they would take.
that's
I think they're taking the idea that they're going to lose the NFL.
yes,
I think this is what that
yeah,
because I saw that deal this morning and I was like, wow. I thought it would have been.
yeah.
I
And
didn't know Roku was up for sale like that.
listen. Right now, the NFL is going from Fox in the next year, probably in the next 2 to 3 years. Next 2 to 3 years,
And
NFL is
I
going
didn't know
because
Fox
uh,
Corporation owned Fox Sports like that. I thought that was Disney's product, but I guess Disney only
oh
bought the movie side
no,
of and the
they
shows
bought the
part
movie side, which is they bought what is it 20th Century Fox?
and the shows. So they bought the shows part. So they didn't buy the sports side. They just bought the.
No, mm,
So I thought they bought the sports and the entertainment side of it.
no, no,
By the way, guys, we do
no.
talk political on this show. There's just some gray areas that I just don't personally want to go on this show
Mm,
out of respect.
no.
I didn't mind him talking about the Charlie man. I don't care. I just don't want to
I
go into depth with because that also can get me a strike on YouTube because YouTube don't feel the way I feel. And
no.
Rumble is starting to become that way too now where they're saying they're all
Oh,
about
yeah, yeah.
freedom. They're not really. It's all bullshit.
No, listen. What's his name? The CEO of Rumble. Ugh,
Oh,
I heard about
all
him.
these platforms is a shit show. Like for instance, let's talk
Oh,
about it. I'll rip the
and
band-aid off
by
on
the
this one.
and,
The
and by the
EU,
way,
the EU is
and by the
absolutely disgusting right now.
yeah, and by the way, Rumble Rumble shareholder happens to be in the White House, and he's the treasure, and he's the secretary, and he is right next to Trump as what was it? Is he the secretary? Not the Treasury Secretary, but the other one.
Oh yeah, I know who
He's
you're
in the
talking
position.
about. Yeah, gross.
Howard Lutnick.
Oh god.
Howard
Ugh.
Lutnick is He's a shareholder of
That creep,
Rumble.
that creep, that sleazeball, that creep.
Yes, the one that
Oh,
was went to, the one that went
oh,
to you know where, the one that went to you know where, and has been and has been and photos of him showing himself with you know who,
oh.
not
By the way,
Orange
guys,
Man,
what's
but
going on with the EU? If you don't understand, the internet's getting censored. You like it or you don't. We're gonna talk about it on this show, because
oh yeah,
we do speak a section of the show to real world shit,
oh
and
yeah,
politics does fill
oh
in it.
yeah,
What you guys didn't see today, and I found it disgusting on The View and other shows, people saying, oh, it's all about the children. No, it's a lie. It's bullshit. It's not about the children. It's
It's
about your
bullshit.
IDs and collecting your face, surveillance
Yeah, yeah.
24/7, and selling your
Hmm.
data to the highest bidder. It's not about the children. It's not. I'm sorry. Social media. Look, when are parents going to be parents? Step up to the plate. I'm getting tired of hearing, "Oh, social media, you did it to yourself." Be a parent. Step up to the plate.
Your parents.
I don't want to
That's
hear from
right.
people about IDs. I don't want to hear about it because we're in this world and I'm fighting back on it. And like I said, midterms are coming, and I'm telling you, midterms. I'm not going to allow. It's going to be on the midterms, one of the dockets, and I'm not
That's
voting for
right.
that shit. Fuck that. You are not
No,
taking my
and the,
privacy from me.
and for all you guys out there that are going to be voting in the midterms, and primaries now, but also midterm general election in November, do not get tricked up with what Orange Man is doing with this whole peace, quote unquote, peace deal between them and Iran, because it's not a peace deal. It's nothing more but
It's
just a
basically
hold.
a copy and paste of what we already had.
But it's not. It's not even that. It's a hold. It's not even a JCPOA. It's a hold. So guys, don't get confused. He fucked up, and he has to pay up Iran, and he's also fucked up on the economy here, as we have increased prices on gas, electricity, and food.
One other thing I'm gonna
Do not.
say. One other thing I'm gonna further on this thing. Um, guys, the reason I'm so gun ho about the idea of this ID check shit and why I'm against it so
Yes.
hardcore. Let me explain this to you. And I've had this conversation before. It's already happening in the EU. It started in Australia.
Yep.
People don't even know what they don't even know what to do with our IDs. And you think you want the governments of all these places running your ID, where they're taking it, where they're putting it. They say they delete it. No, they don't. They sell it. They make
They
a lot of
sell it.
money. And here's the other thing I'm going to tell you guys. The platforms that just picture every time, like picture when you go on a platform, and it's already happening on Google. I gave them my ID because I love my YouTube account and I don't want to be locked out of it. So what they're doing is they're locking you out of things until you show an ID, even though that I don't want to, but they're making you. And I don't trust it one bit, but I do business on Google and I have to use I'm too invested. That's the unfortunate part. But I'm not
Yes.
I'm totally against it, and I've been voting against these things because I do not support the idea of facial scans and ID checks. It's one thing when you're buying alcohol. Understand. It's one thing when you're watching porn. I understand. It's one thing when I want to go watch a streaming service. That is just to me way too far. There's the line with me. And then also, the EU, you're so hypocritical. Aren't you the ones that have nudity on your platforms? So if people are going to watch TV, are you going to make people scan IDs? How does that going to work? And then your guy, your prime minister or whatever, your chancellor or whatever, it's a good idea. People
You
just
mean?
love it. No.
Oh,
No.
you mean the German chancellor?
Yeah, all these guys that are all for this idea. And then on The View, it made me shake my head. If you don't know what you're talking about, don't gaslight the idea. Oh, it's to
Oh, guess
protect
what?
to protect the children, and you have all these reporters. Oh, it protects the children. Okay, show me in any world that scanning your ID and having it copied works. It doesn't. It fails miserably, ever. And I'm all about. And by
Yes.
the way, guys, the reason I'm all about this is because I had my identity stolen, and it took me 3 years of fighting with state government, our own government, and almost getting a lawyer. It's no joke when somebody has your fucking identity. And this just gives more reasons for people to sell it. That's why I tell you, use Aura, Cloaked, any of these places, no matter what country you're in. You should always look at data brokers, always make sure to be safe. Because if you watch a channel on YouTube called Scammer Payback, it's kind of scary how people from
Yes.
Qatar or India just get your information and they prey on the old. And people like my mom don't want to do his facial scan. You're going to ask a 90-year-old, oh, hey, by the way, you need to show your ID today to access your phone and your tech products. I don't
That's what's going
understand this.
on because it's not because now.
Two state governments here in the States, if you're going to ban Linux like that, then you're really going to hurt a lot of enterprise companies. Just saying. That's literally most of where Linux is at in the enterprise and gamers. So I think this is going to backfire before it gets better because the backlash is already happening. People do not want to be censored. The internet should be free to a certain extent. And I don't want to hear these curmudgeons. Oh, well, my kid, they'll discover porn. That falls on you. My mom was on top of me as a kid. Okay? Let me be real here. My mom was on top of me as a child. I think parents forget to be a parent. And I think people are sleeping. Like, if you see your kid doing something that they shouldn't be doing, you should be doing something about it. You should be stepping up to the plate. If your cousin looks sickly and looking like something's wrong, maybe you should speak to him as a family member and figure it out.
Yes, be there for them. Be there for that person to help them out.
Well, I don't want to be disrespectful to my child. No, go be a parent. That's called being a parent.
Go be a parent.
If your kid's looking depressed and looking like something's up, have that conversation.
Go check it out.
Like, these kids should, and by the way, when I was a kid, there was parent controls. Yeah, okay, in fairness, I got around those things, but back then, it's not like now. Now you can ban IP addresses. Now you can ban certain apps. Now Apple's gone to the way of like Android. You can if you make a kid's account, and it'll text you in live time on what they're about to download, and you could approve or not. So there's tools out there. There's no excuse anymore. And for these gemudget parents to turn around and say, "Well, gee willikers, we're gonna leave it to Mark Zuckerberg. Don't give a fuck about you."
Zuckerberg don't give
There's
a
a movie. There's a
fuck.
movie coming out. It's the Social Network Part 2, and you're gonna really see what he really thinks about your data. He don't give a shit. He was selling it to AstraZeneca during the two elections. He don't give a shit about you. He's putting out propaganda on his platforms for you. He don't give a fuck about you. You were expendable.
Yeah.
So
He was
this
the
whole
one.
ID check thing is not going to help anybody. It's going to make more chaos. It's going to make everybody flip out, and the people that don't do it are going to be locked out.
Because then also now they now too, you gotta also do fingerprint just so that they can record your fingerprint or the pattern, just so that you
Okay,
can keep your
so
phone.
this whole thing is it's an ID or a passport, and it's your face. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, more like a digital EU passport.
Yeah. Well, here in the States, in certain states like Texas and things, they're already doing this with porn sites where you have to show an ID or a passport and prove that you're 18 or older. They're already doing it.
Yeah.
And these people that are talking, these people that are talking that pass these laws, they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Kids
Texas,
are doing this. Like, who? Like, people are looking at this, that, and the third. I'm like, show me the stats on that. Show me where you're. Show me.
And then too, when you bring up these type of rulings, guess what's gonna happen? Like when like what you were saying with Texas and how they're doing it with the porn sites. Well, sex is gonna continue to increase because they're gonna say, wait a minute, you're trying to deprive us of sex, so we're just gonna have sex on our own, basically.
Well, okay, so kind of family member kind of brought up to me. It's kind of like cigarettes. When you tell somebody cigarettes are bad, people are gonna go try it anyway. You're just gonna make it to where kids are gonna go find ways around it to find it.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it's gonna be.
They like I was smoking weed back in the years ago, and they said, oh, marijuana is bad for the system. It does this, it does that. Smoked it. I'm like, oh, this shit is good. So they couldn't tell me
Well,
anything wrong about it.
it fucks your lungs up. Like, let's be real, it fucks your lungs up. But you should know what you're getting yourself into when you smoke it. I mean, It's like cigarettes. When I smoked cigarettes, nobody could tell me anything else. Like, I knew the risk. I knew COPD and fucking lung cancer was a thing. But I've quit smoking, and you know what? I'll be honest, it was the best thing I could do. But here's the other part of that. Like, we're so willing to pollute the air. That also can cause cancer. So really, to be honest with you, which one's worse? I have to tell this to people. Most people, it's not smoking that kills, it's the environment around you that kills you.
Yeah,
Let's just be real.
because I had one of my family members down in the Atlanta, Georgia metro area, who who passed away 10 years ago now of lung cancer, and she wasn't a smoker, but on her job, people used to smoke, and she used to pick up the secondhand smoke.
Well, it's like I said, it's the environment around you that's gonna kill you.
Hmm.
It's how you treat your body. It's how you do the things, right?
True.
Also with all this, like, it's just more ways to censor people, know what to feed you, what to spoon feed you. That's what we're
Yeah,
doing.
just like how they're doing it with the SNAP, the SNAP and food cart.
I'm grateful that people are fighting back on that. Governments or state governments are fighting back on that, and a lot of it's getting
Oh yeah,
they're now reissuing the old rules back. Like, riddle me this: who has time to sit down and do 66 hours or 65
80
hours
hours.
of
80.
of community
No,
service while they're
no,
working?
it's 80 hours. No, okay. So here's the ruling. Here's the work requirement rules for that. You have to have a job that adds up to 80 hours a week. No, 80 hours a month. 20 hours a 20 hours a week. So 20 20 20. So 4 weeks. 80
So
hours a month.
let me give you how I get over this, right? Because I'm a streamer, right?
Mhm.
So my business is online technically, and I do side hustle stuff, but I have documents to prove that, right? I do.
Yeah.
So I get over that hurdle. So that's why I've been so approved, because I stream and I make some revenue, and I could file it and prove that, oh yeah, I am working online and getting paid to do so. So, and side hustle stuff. Like, if you're doing I tell people, if you're doing Uber Eats, you can get over that hurdle pretty easily. It's not that difficult. The thing that I find
Oh yeah.
silly is you're asking a person that's working 100 hours a week, two jobs, to do 60 hours of community service.
Well, no. So okay. So basically, it's basic here in the state of New York, work requirement for that for in order to keep SNAP is 80 hours a month or work related activity that would be like community volunteer community service, and you would have to do that to add up to those 80 hours a month.
I got you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so
so
I'm just grateful I'm grateful that now people are waking up and state governments are waking up and they're fighting it and winning and getting things reversed back.
yeah, because what happened was the state of New York already, you know, showed how okay during the government shutdown we can go to our state um resources and fund for SNAP and cash assistance and be happy with that. So we did that during the 6 week government shutdown in November 2025. But the other part has to be fought now by the state AG and the governor. So hey, and right now they're facing re-election year too. So they
And
they wanna they
can I say one other thing? Can we just get the old fuckers out of the office, bro? Like, it didn't need to get that deep with Mitch McConnell like that. Like, the
I
dude
thought
should have
but no
retired years ago, bro. I just don't get
no
why
no
they
no
kept propped him up.
he's no longer the no he's no
I
longer the
know. I know that,
mhm.
but it shouldn't have gotten to where. One of my point is they shouldn't have just gotten to where it got to.
Yeah, well, listen, it's all about the perks.
Well, I think
Plus, it builds up their
I'm with a lot of people. They should make terms. Like you should have
Yeah,
like maybe a 4-year term and then next person on.
because they
I'm with
use
that.
their
I'm with
jobs.
that with people now. I agree with that. Like there should be like you can only do 2 terms, and after that you have to pass the reins. You can't do it for 40 years.
40 years, like shit. That means you should never come back. Don't come back.
Well, no, I'm saying I agree with a lot of people online where they said like it should be like the president, like every other country does, where you only are there for like a certain amount of time and then it's to the next person. We vote in somebody new, and then it's constantly
Yeah, that's it.
changing, and that's how it should be. So let's get into the meat and potatoes. You guys see the LeBron James picture. We're gonna get into it right here, right now. We're gonna move along. Um, forgot to mention
Yes.
anything new in your world, anything exciting that you've been doing. I know I talked about me going to a Spectrum store and getting a 19-inch sub, Philly cheesesteak, that, Wagyu steak sandwich. It was good. Anything new, doing
Uh,
anything fun? Thursday, I
well,
know you're
just
going to that parade. I know that for sure.
I'm not too sure if we'll meet it tomorrow because, like I said, I'm going to be very much busy for the week here. So, I'll if I don't get to go, I'm gonna watch that on live stream. So
On the TV.
definitely
I feel that.
and on the computer too because I'm gonna see which live streamers is out there, connect comment on it and say yeah, because it's gonna be it's gonna be a little bit crazy out there. It's gonna be a little bit crazy with those nutty Nick fans, the ones that the
It's
ones
gonna
that was to start
it's going to be like uh
the Lakers.
let me put it this way. It's gonna be like you're gonna have those stupid people that are trying to get clout, like trying to get clout,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like they did for the
yeah.
celebration.
Yeah, yeah. So and a number of people have already put some people have already put out who are like lifelong Knicks fans that they're not going to be out there because of those folks that's
Yeah, but I can't
doing
blame
this
people
shit.
because people have to work and people don't want to deal with, like, especially in New York. 'Cause if it's anything like LA, when I went to a couple celebrations, it's
Hmm.
traffic. There's a lot of waiting
Yeah,
around, and
and then
then if especially on the East Coast, what I've seen, like you guys are gonna get hit with like humidity and different things like that. So it kind of sucks.
yeah. Tomorrow's weather here is supposed to be
By
86.
the way, guys,
So
Smooth is gonna be busy, so tomorrow AEW Dynamite, I don't know. That's up in the air. I'll let you guys
we'll
know,
work that
but
out. We'll
Smooth's
work
got
that
some
out. We'll
important
work
things
that out.
coming up, important things in the house that he has to take care of. So
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
let you
yeah, yeah.
know. We'll
Well,
let you
no, but
know.
no, but yeah, we'll let you know because no, but Dynamite especially, Dynamite especially, we're gonna catch up on that because that's gonna be that from what I'm looking at, that's gonna be
I
an
will say this:
interesting.
life comes first, my friend. Life comes first. A review
Of
could be
course.
done the next day or the day after.
Oh, yeah, 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 of course. Not on the same night, like not like JD right after.
Or if you want to do it right after it happens or a couple hours after, we can tomorrow. But if you're busy, be busy. I'm not
Oh
sweating
yeah,
it.
yeah, like yeah. Of
See,
course, I'll let
guys,
you
here
know
on this
about that.
show, we have a thing. If we're busy, we don't do it because life comes first, family comes
Life
first.
comes first. That's true. That is
Like,
true.
that is
That is
the truth.
true. That is the truth. And we don't. And listen. And since we've both decided not to cover WWE, it's been very very well.
In fairness, I did watch I did watch WWE today this week. I watched
Okay.
Raw a little bit.
Okay.
I tuned in because they
Okay.
said Roman Reigns was going to be there, and I wanted to see if it was all what it was going to be, and it was. They're just pushing this Bloodline 3.0. They're running it into the ground. Let's just keep it real. They're running it into the
Yeah.
ground. They're running Jey Uso into the ground. I don't want to hear Jey Uso talking like he's a thug. Bro, you're softer than a box of kittens, homie. Bro, I could probably breathe on you and you'd probably go cry. My dude. Like, bro, you're not my champion. You act like you're my champion. The yeet's over. I don't want to hear yee the penitentiary. You ran that into the ground. You're I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about WWE, and here we go. You ready? You ready? You're one
Yeah.
dimensional. Look,
Yes.
look. You know what makes Kenny Omega great? You know what makes Chris Jericho great? You know what makes MJF great? Is the fact that they can adapt. Even fucking Mark Briscoe can adapt.
There you go.
Like even
There
Adam
you
Cole,
go.
yeah, okay. Adam Cole's out of wrestling right now. May come back, may not, may retire. Who knows? But he even adapt different characters. Mankind.
Yes.
Take a look at over the years. I don't want to hear Jey Uso that you're the guy that runs the place and you're gonna end Cody Rhodes. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
He's gonna what? Okay.
He said he's
Okay.
gonna whoop that ass and improve a point. And I'm like, bro, you're a box of kittens, brother. Go shut up and go fall in line with your Magna Championship gay called Roman fucking Reigns. Go eat a
Yeah.
glizzy and have a nice day, brother.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna call Jey Uso out on this show because Jey Uso's a bitch, and I will say that like, dude, it took you all this time. Okay, it took you all this damn time to become a champion. You know why that was? Because Vince didn't view you as main event material.
Nope.
That is the truth.
No.
And
That's true.
in fact, if it wasn't for Paul Heyman pumping up Roman Reigns, we wouldn't have had a bloodline. We would have had still sucking succotash and tater tots.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
tuned in. I tuned into WWE a little bit. I just can't watch it. It's unwatchable. It's like I don't
And
care.
after
I don't care. Like Roman Reigns is expected. Bro, I'm.
and after and after what Killer Cross already told y'all on the Ariel Hawani show on who really runs the shit, yeah, you should be boycotting that shit.
Well, it's gonna be a rotation of 6 players. That's it.
Because that's what basically what Killer Cross told Ariel Hawani on his show. On the Ariel Hawani
Yeah,
show.
I listen to
Oh,
that. It's the truth because it's just, look, I'm gonna say this. Um, I'm gonna say this a good way, and I know I talk about that. I like Dan Housing, but the problem is with him is they're treating him like our truth. He's never
yeah.
gonna be world heavyweight. He's never gonna be mid card. He's gonna be that bottom of the barrel. They're gonna probably bring back that 24/7 championship. That's what he's good for.
True. True.
He's good
Listen.
for
Uh,
like going out there to a Knicks game and promoting Saudi Arabia and fucking and fucking
and,
TKO.
and like I was saying to you with the whole Dan Housen situation, I didn't want to go into the whole thing until the Knicks capture the title. Now that the Knicks have captured the title, okay, have your fill. You can go in on him. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna go in on him like you think. Like to me, to be honest with you, to be real, at the end of the day, he's a company man.
Mhm.
He probably took that 50% pay cut because he's just a. I'm gonna say this in a good way. He's just a cuck, and that's what he does.
Ooh,
And
Dan Housen,
Danhausen, it's just the truth. It's very apparent. If Artie
because
Emanuel
he
turned
knows
around and took a shit in his face, he'd probably allow it. He's a
he
company
was.
man. He's a company man. It's truth.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is a
Yeah.
company man. That's just how this goes.
True. Yeah. That's
And
listen. Don't
it's not the
listen.
WWE. It's not the WWE. And by the way, for somebody to go, oh, you're WWE. Okay, Fran, shut the fuck up. I could shit on WWE harder than you. You're dumber than a box of rocks, and literally you're a box of kittens. So shut the fuck up. I got screwed. You
Yeah.
didn't get screwed, homie. You went and you were the dumbass that went and paid for something that you thought you were getting,
Yes.
and you got served.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then my tweet said it. Like you just sweep, and you're trying to further that whole idea. Like let's keep it real. She's trying to further the whole hatred shit. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
all it is. She's trying to further the hatred shit. It's like all these curmudgeon IWC, YWC channels that are popping up all of a sudden that were pro WWE people, and they're hiding their content. And now what they're doing is, oh, WWE sucks. Bro, I've been telling you this for 2 years, ever since TKO.
We've been telling we've been telling y'all this for 2 years, even before we started the show. We were discussing it behind the scenes about this shit. He's like, yeah, WWE, it sucks. Yeah, look at TKO. This is what they do.
And
Well,
by the way,
guess what, folks?
and let me be real with you. By the way, let me be honest with all of you
Mhm.
beautiful people that come to watch our show. I know see, sometimes you guys think I'm like ranting. I'm not ranting. I'm just passionate.
He's
And
passionate.
I'm like Stephen A. Smith sometimes. I'll admit that I'm like a Dave Port. I call myself the Dave Portnoy sometimes because
Listen,
I watched this stuff when I was a kid.
of course. Of course, listen. You're Dave Portnoy with the facts and the truth.
Well, the facts is you got people, and people are like, oh, well, isn't that considered harassment? What you're doing? No, I'm just calling out her bullshit because she made fun of me and said all this choice shit about me, and acted like
But
I'm
should have
some
never,
type of like young 20-year-old. I'm not a 20-year-old. I've been in the industry of wrestling before.
of
I've been
course.
on big podcasts. I have friends that are in the industry. Um, I have talked to wrestlers in the industry. I have a track record. Um, from 2009 on, I worked with a bunch of people that I consider mentors and friends. I really take this. I love wrestling. I've been watching it since I've been a kid. I take this shit very seriously at times because I get invested, and it's my soap opera. I enjoy it like I do reality television, and I don't care if people make fun of me for that. It's like comic books I still collect, and baseball cards and Pokemon cards I still do. I'll be long in the tube in the grave when that happens. But thing about Fran is the reason I've been so hard on her is because she's bullshitting. She's lying.
Yes,
And
she
this is
is.
the shit in the community that I can't stand. I said the same thing about Sean's View. I've been on the record. I bashed on Sean's View. He followed me on this very channel that we are streaming on YouTube. He was my second or fourth subscriber on this very channel, and I was very flattered because I don't I don't despise Sean's View. I just don't like the whole bullshitting and lying for views or
Of course.
are making fake hype.
No, because that's because when you start doing that, people's livelihood, people's career and livelihoods are in danger.
It's very damaging. Let's just keep it for real here on the show.
And the damages,
It's very
and the damage,
damaging.
and the damage their reputation.
Yes, because everything is not done in pencil. You can't just erase it. It's all done in ink. And the thing what I said in my tweet about Fran was stand on principle. Stand on stand on your heel and take it. When you shit on people, now here's the thing. She won't let people mention her anymore in like when you tag somebody. Um
Mhm.
um
Yeah,
I don't think she can handle the heat in the kitchen like that. And another thing is
she can't.
she has a really nice setup, and
She does.
for some odd reason to me it baffles me how she goes to the bottom of the barrel, the low hanging fruit when it comes to editing.
Gotta get a
And
good
by
mic.
the way, guys,
Yep.
if you're new, the reason I bring up Fran or why my co-host does is because Fran took shots at me personally on X and called me like a gooner, basically. Put the fries in the bag, and I need to stop watching WWE, or I'm so called a WWE fan without even looking at my channels or anything like that, without even
Yeah.
knowing me like that personally.
Listen, friend. Here's a message. Do not take things seriously. Do not get offended by the hardcore facts and truth about what you're doing. And if you
Well,
really
I
wanna,
joked. Okay, in
and it,
fairness, I
I know
cracked a
I'm just,
joke for
I'm
two
not you.
seconds.
Of course, of course. And if
I don't despise friend. I've said this on this show
no,
and I've said it in my tweets.
I know.
I welcome her to this show. I welcome her to
Yes,
come sit down with me.
please reach out. Hey, friend, please reach out to us, and let us do a stream, and you can air out your grievances or whatever the case is, and we can go from there.
I just want to pick her brain and know what gets her to tick when it comes to these videos and why she has to drop
Yeah.
so much money on garbage. That's my
Shouldn't.
question. And why does she have to
No.
bullshit? Like, just be real. Just be you. Like, look, just be honest. Hey, look, you've been watching AEW for 2 years. Why
And
does
it's a
it? Why
very
does
good
it? Why?
product.
Why?
Just say it.
Why does it have to be like? Oh well, I just became a fan. You did not just become a fan out of the blue. You just did not make a channel out of the freaking blue. You were probably suspended from somewhere else, and you decided to pop
Yes.
up a popsicle stand and buy some views to make your channel look bigger than it is, or you had a channel prior that got big and you deleted all the content, or you hid all the content. See, truth.
Truth.
And I'm not
Yes.
bashing on her. And people are gonna say like, "Oh, you're target harassing." No, I said
No.
this. I said this when my co-host brought it up to me. Right, fair in fairness, he brought it up to me.
In
He knew what he was
fairness, I
perfectly
did.
doing. It it was hook, line, and sinker with me. He knows when to draw me out on things, and I do the same with him with my co-host as well. And
Yes.
he said, "Go look at this video," and I did while I was in the car. I had a chance. I watched it on the TV, and then I also watched it partially in the car. I had to finish it because we were on the way to my mom's doctor's appointment and everything,
That's disappointing.
and I had a chance to watch through the whole thing, and like it's just a repeat of what she was saying in her first video that I reacted to. It's just she's trying so hard, that Karen mentality. She's trying so hard. Oh, I gotta hang now. Oh, I couldn't see the screen. My beer didn't taste right. Oh, the food was sour. So in your first video you said it was $1,000 you spent between merchandise, gas, getting to the Intuitive Dome. Now, all of a sudden, now it's, oh well, I spent $250 for the nosebleed. See where my arguments are coming in now. I've been pointing it out
Yes.
for a while with her. It's sus. Why are you always lying?
It's not.
And then
Just tell the truth.
why why is it that all of a sudden, like, did WWE owe you a spectacle? Because I knew that wasn't gonna be a spectacle on Netflix. I knew they were
No.
gonna. It's how they do it. It's what kind of hype am I trying to say? It's fake hype. They
It's
build up fake hype.
okay.
They get you hook,
Mm-hmm.
line, and sinker. It happens every day on anything. They hook, line, and sink you. They get you to believe something, and you go, "Oh, hey, it's great, woo!" And then all of a
Yeah,
sudden, go ahead.
because all they said Netflix WWE on Netflix. It's coming. It's gonna look very good. Oh yes. Come to find out, you are paying for dog shit.
Well, okay,
Basically, that's
so
what it was.
in fairness, for the first 4 weeks of Triple H and this whole new era, it was great. We said it here on the show. It was great. We loved
Yeah,
it.
it was great.
And then it plateaued and it went downhill. They fell off a cliff. It went to shit. That's what happened.
That's it.
Because TKO has all their fillers in all places, and if you think Triple H is the guy, you're wrong. He's a puppet. He's just a
That's what
glorified
that
talking piece. That's all he is.
as per as per Killer Cross. As per Killer Cross, he already said it. He's
And
listen.
and it's
Once
not
he
me
said, I was like,
saying it.
yeah,
It's wrestlers. It's fans. Friend, you went and spent $1,000. You went and did this stuff. It's not WWE's fault that you believed in hype and
not,
whatever and thought
yeah.
it was a spectacle. Nobody said it was going to be the super show of super shows. No, I watched all the shit that went into the premiere. Why are you lying? Again, I proved my point here on the show. Like, you're lying.
You're
There
lying,
was no
please.
art. You're trying so hard to make it to where you're the scorn ex-wife. You're trying so hard. Just
And
come out and said
and
you
you
divorced WWE.
yeah, and you saw how they treated Cody Rhodes. Duh.
And some of the
But
things that she said in her video, and I'll dissect it here. Again, you're
yeah,
talking about John Cena. We all knew that. You said that in your
we all know
first
that.
video that I reacted to, and I threw daggers. I said, "Hey, look at the NFL. If you're gonna get mad at that, then you might as get mad at the NFL. You might as get mad at the NHL. You might as get mad."
Oh my God.
And then she was like, her biggest complaint was, "Oh, I have to go to all these streaming platforms." Have you not seen the sports world in 2026?
It's streamed.
Like,
Dog,
it's
look,
everywhere. Like, the NFL's already talking about doing 5 more games on Netflix. I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix picks up where the Fox is going to
Fox.
lose.
Yeah, because listen, as we said here, everything's gonna be on stream.
You're going to have some
Everything's
national
gonna be.
television stuff, like special stuff, but pretty much you're going to have to pay for it. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, that's what
And
it is. Yep.
and the thing about Fran is I'm really trying not to bash on her, but you make it easy for me to counteract your programming and literally call you out on the bullshit because her arguments is, oh, I paid too much for I couldn't see. Bro, if you're like if I'm not paying for I'm bougie. I will not pay for blood nose section seats at $250. You out of your fucking mind in this era.
Oh no. Oh no.
In the next 10
Mm-mm.
years, I'm probably not going to a pro event for a while because who's going to be able to afford it? The way the
Yeah,
NFL's
because
going, like just to sit in like view section, you're going to be paying $700 every time you go. Like who has that?
okay, so for example, for games 3 and 4 of the NBA Finals at Madison Square Garden between the Spurs and Knicks, the nosebleed seat was up for about 7,500. Well, no, 8,000. If you was doing Celebrity Row for one of those two games, 1.5 million.
And some of those seats they were
So,
giving away to some of the celebrities for what I was reading on.
and they get no, but they also gave it away to celebrities and the children from the Garden of Dreams Foundation. So it was a split thing that was going on because from what happened with that with the two games, they gave away 250 tickets to what they would call underprivileged kids from the New York City area.
Right.
And then they also did the whole thing with the celebrity seats, which the corporation, because remember, celebrities ain't, some of the celebrities that have been there, that are season ticket holders, they don't touch those.
And real quickly,
They
guys,
don't touch.
if you think I'm targeting, I'm gonna say this. If people watch this, oh, you keep going about it. You're targeting. Go back and read my tweets.
What target?
She started all of it
Ain't no
originally,
targeting around here. No, ain't no targeting.
and there is no harassment. We're just counteracting her programming. That's all I'm
Of
doing.
course, and we're just giving examples
It's the same thing.
of,
Like when it's the same thing I say about JD from New York half of the time. It's the same
yeah.
principle.
Mhm.
And I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. No, Stephen A. Smith does it all the time.
Of
Skip
course.
Bayless, all these people, even the people on the political side, make fun of their counter. Like Candace
Yeah.
Owen and all these people do it all the time. So it's nothing new. It's like and I'm gonna say this. I'd rather do it on the show with Smooth because he's watched the video already and he's already
Yeah.
the night that he told me to watch it. I didn't watch it over the weekend, but I watched it earlier and I wanted to check it out just to be curious. I was gonna ignore it because look, it's low IQ. It's no offense to her, it's low IQ. It's bottom of the barrel. It's rage bait content.
Mhm.
It's quite frankly, it's just another curmudgeon online not really a wrestling fan and just spending money to spend money. That's a fact.
That's
And
all.
then they turn
That's
around
all.
and moan and groan when things don't go that person's way. All they're doing is bitching. Bitching, 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 bitching. Oh, it should be this way. Oh, it's that way because I spent this amount of money. It's that new generation mentality. Because I spent the money, you owe me something. I'm entitled
Yeah.
to that. And it doesn't work that way, period. Point blank,
It doesn't.
period.
Yeah.
And
So,
if you think
Fran,
that way, you're on I like I said in my tweet, you're on a whole different planet.
that's all. That's it. We just gave examples of how seating, how seating and
Well,
prices
you
for
said it was
seating
kind of dumb. You
took
kind
place.
of said to me it was a little dumbfounding. Like some of the stuff she
Yeah.
was preaching, I was like, yeah. And then when you were bringing it up to me, I was like, really? She said all that? That's kind of dumbfounding.
Yeah.
So what
I
is
was
some?
like,
So what was some of the things that you could take out of? Like I know I talk too much about the situation, but what do you
uh,
think of it?
for me, I took out of it, okay, she's still hiding about the whole WWE experience, and then wants to come on AEW and say, "Oh, AEW so good, AEW so fun." Okay, if you're talking about that, talk about your WWE experience and how come you left that behind and how come you moved on from it. Let us know. Give us that meat and potatoes. You don't have to sit down there and act like what as we would call act like a Karen and stuff like, yeah, I did this because WWE shafted me on certain levels. Well, we could have told you that. We were talking about
Well,
this.
I could have told you that when you're spending $250 for blood no section, you're not getting anything special. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, any day and age, if you go into any arena and you're sitting in the blood, you're barely gonna see shit.
That's
For
it.
250
Because
bucks,
listen,
honestly, I'm with my co-host when he said you could just buy yourself a bucket of chicken, fucking
yeah,
potatoes, and you could sit at
that's
home on
it.
your nice OLED TV and sit back and sit comfortable with a place to go pee and not have to battle people and sit back
That's
and be
it.
comfortable
Yeah,
and get
because
fat on your
what?
own food.
Because what are you doing trying to spend? What is it like? $250 with that
Well, with
money?
her, you don't
You could,
know because she said she spent 1,000. Then she said, "Oh, it's 250." Then she said something to do with the range that she couldn't like. Jay Uso came, and then she like, I don't understand safe spaces shit. Like she was claiming that the rapper Travis Scott came out with weed and it's bad. It's a bad image. It's like, bro, you were there. You
you were
supported that.
there.
Like that's hypocritical. You can't sit there and say that would be like Travis. It's like Travis Kelsey drinking a beer on the fucking sidelines at the Cavs game. He was doing that as an ad sponsorship. It is what you're gonna when you go to sports games. It's a spectacle. You're going there
Yeah,
for the spectacle. You're gonna
yeah,
watch some guy
yeah.
drunk next to you getting in a fight with the other guy behind you.
Of course. Listen, that's what you're gonna get. So basically that.
It's like if you don't
Basically
like that,
that.
then don't go.
Don't
And
go.
but and to sit there and say, oh well, AEW tickets are they have to. I'm sorry to tell you
They
this.
have.
AEW has to compete somewhere. They have to make it they have to make it's business 101, okay? I'll give you an example, right? So, here it is. The Angels games, right? Their tickets are cheap. Why are they cheap? Because well, they're trying to compete with the bigger teams. If you go to a Yankee game, you're spending some money. The reason why because they're
Yeah,
winning and you're getting
they're
treated
winning.
5 stars. That's what's happening. When you
Listen,
go to Dodger Stadium,
listen.
you're getting a whole package. There's a difference.
It's listen. Yeah, because I'm a Yankee fan, and back when the new Yankee Stadium opened up in 2009, I got like a seat, a, second deck seat, second row, second seat, second deck, $60. Now now that seat is more as the Yankees continue to win, and that was before they captured that world title in 2009. Because
So
when I went there,
people need to understand and I'm being professional. Yes, I called her low
mhm,
IQ because she acts low IQ. Yes, she does. She acts ignorant and I'll call her for it because she does. Y-
she does.
And to me, you're spending I want to understand for somebody that says they can't afford shit in their videos and sit back and claim, then I want to understand how you're pulling you got to be doing you got to have a massive nice job, which is cool on you.
Gotta have
Great. I'm happy for you.
gotta have
But
gotta have something. Hmm.
like to me, you're spending 1,200 here, 40 here, 90 here. I hear in your videos you're like dropping dollar like fucking Wu-Tang clads, dollar bills, y'all. Like Old Dirty is saying, I'm sitting back
Like,
going,
oh,
what the actual fuck?
it's a truck.
I want what you're having. Are you doing OnlyFans? I want to understand. I want to understand your shit because like when I hear you talk, yeah, all I picture is that song, dollar bills, y'all. I'm like picturing Old Dirty,
Yeah,
and I'm sitting back and I'm just
castles,
going, I'm just
castles.
listening.
Listen, Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money.
Yes.
Dollar bills, yo. What?
Right. I'm picturing
Yo,
that
what?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode where they did the Wu-Tang Clan shit, and Meat watches like
Yeah,
dollar bills, y'all. I'm just quoting, and he's throwing all these dollar bills, and I'm sitting back just going, like, that's what she comes off as. It's like, I'm not grateful to the company. I'm there just using them for the clout. That's what that's about.
true.
It's like, are you there to watch the wrestlers? Are you like, and when she talks,
What are
it's
you there
so
for?
like she did a
You gotta ask
review.
her, like,
Like,
what
oh,
do you,
let's keep it real. She did
you
a
know,
review. She sat back and did a review. And I sat back. She's trying to review the show. And I'm like, can you put some motherfucking passion on that? Like, if it's a 10 out of a 10 show, then you should be passionate. Love what you
you gotta be
do.
passionate.
Yeah, like, at least JD screams off the top of his ass. I'll give him credit. That dude pops a
Yes.
vein. I'm surprised he hasn't had a stroke fucking the way he goes off. I'm like, holy shit. That guy's popping a vein. Holy shit. Or like when
Yes.
Stephen A. Smith goes off, I'm like, holy shit. Sometimes. I don't want to
Yeah.
drag it on, but I just wanted to say I wanted to respond in this way on the show. I wanted to do it in front of Smooth more than do it my own video because I tried. I had a couple recordings
Cool.
and I was just like, I'd rather just do this in front of Pana anyway. My bad.
Yeah.
Um,
That's okay. Hmm.
um, and just go that way. And I wrote a tweet on it because I was like, well, I'll write a big long novel. Who gives a shit? I don't think she's seen it
Yeah.
because she doesn't pay attention. All she does is retweet all the bullshit shit. She don't get in the nit and gritty with the IWC, YWC.
Now
And
seeing that.
yeah, she talks all this shit, man. And the sad part is she talks all this shit and there's no backup. She's literally Jey
Oh.
Uso right now. The person that she can't stand, she's the same. I could do all this yeeting and talk shit, but I can't back it up.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
and this will be
Yeah.
the last time I actually really kind of get on her ass, unless there's
Me
really
too. That's
something sus. Then
yeah.
that's that. At the end of the
That'll be
day,
the last
I
time
have
for
roasted
me.
you enough. I know I don't get the views like that on your name like that, but I've just been massively honest. I've roasted you before, and I have no shame in that. By the way,
Oh.
guys, if somebody talks shit on me, I will address it. If somebody responds to me, something to do with the shows and things like that, I will definitely respond. Like I told you guys, I was telling J-Lo the other night, my friend Jonathan, I was
Mhm.
telling him that you're getting two sites of me. You're getting the streaming wraith that plays video games, and then you're getting the podcasting wraith. And podcasting wraith is more of I keep it real. Like I said, I idolize the Breakfast Club and Jim Rome and things like that. So I try to keep it as real
Yeah.
as I can, as much as I can.
Yeah.
But let's get into the last couple of topics for the night, and then we'll get
So,
out of here.
so did we talk? So the Tessa Blanchard situation on
You
her
want to go
getting
there first?
released.
Because I was going to talk about LeBron real quick.
Well, LeBron.
Well, let's start with
That's
Tessa Blanchard. That one's more
yeah. Let's
interesting to
talk.
me. That's a
Yeah.
controversial
So
subject in its own self. It's a can of worms that is
so
interesting.
basic. So let me get this straight. TNA. You put an ultimatum out there to
It
Tessa
was
Blanchard that
CMLL. It was CMLL.
oh CML. Well,
CMLL does not want to work with a WWE byproduct. They've said this before. So
oh,
they gave her
oh,
it.
oh, okay, CMLL. So
She wanted to
CMLL
work with them, but
basically
they gave her New Japan / CMLL gave her an ultimatum: either we work with you or you kick TNA to the curb.
there you go. No. You kick TNA to the
Well, her
curb and we work
contract
with
was
you
about to. Okay, so in fairness, her contract was about to expire
with TNA, right?
with TNA, and then she decided to go over on the other side and explore her options. And by the way,
Which is
for all these curmudgeons that are sitting here saying, "Oh, she's racist," all this different shit, it's like, bro,
bro, shut up.
if that's the case, then why is she getting a kind of a bag full of money from CMLL and probably
In a
going to get a
push.
hybrid contract from
In a push.
in a
And
push?
she's getting a good in a push. That's the most
And
important
by
thing
the
that
way, if
she's
you guys
getting.
want to go, there about racism, most of wrestling's racist anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So with Tessa, she when I remember seeing her in CMLL before she got back into TNA for her second run. Man,
They
she was
botched
killing that shit.
they botched her second run.
Yeah, TNA bought the second run, but
Once
before that
WWE
second,
got a hand of that company or partnered with
yeah,
them, Tessa Blanchard's momentum went into the toilet.
yeah.
Scott
But
D'Amore
before
had
that,
her. Or what you're talking about is the Scott D'Amore part before WWE took over and Carlos Silva became the acting budget. Became
yeah, well, because they kicked Scott D'Amore to the curb. What was it, 2025? Because I remember that. So I'm talking
well, it
about
all worked
with
out for
her.
itself because he's got the better company.
Oh yeah, and also her too. She's gonna get a massive push with CMLL.
Of course,
Watch.
she did the first time
Matter
she
of
was
fact,
there.
that's what I was talking about. She got massive push with CMLL, and then after that she said, you know what, I could do the TNA thing because at the time TNA was partnering with TNA had their partnership with CMLL until WWE came into the mix, and that was it. Nixed it. Now she's gonna get a push again, and she's gonna go after
Well,
that
Scott D'Amore
CMLL.
gave her a second chance. I think let's give Scott D'Amore grace here
Yeah,
and give
well,
him the respect
yeah,
he deserves. He
yeah,
gave her a second
yeah.
chance.
He did, he did, he did
Like
before he
nobody
got
wanted to
fired.
work with her, and then Scott D'Amore said, "I'll take a chance on you," and she's been on good behavior since.
Yeah, but
Like
see,
I
people
haven't read
blame
any
him.
articles on her. She just goes and does her shit, and then she also got her college degree and all that in all that
Yeah,
time
I saw
too.
that.
So like,
But then people say, but people's trying to. Well,
well, people
okay,
are trying to
Carlos
spin it
Silva.
into a narrative. That's why.
So okay, yeah, you can blame Carlos Silva and Dixie Carter, but guess what? This is a TKO matter. Again, this all goes back to TKO.
Well,
Once
okay,
you got
let's just
once
keep it real here. All these people that are leaving TNA, there's reasons. Like for
and there,
instance, Steve Macklin. There's reasons on that one. I really do think Steve Macklin. I think Carlos Silva is trying to be WWE light. Let's just keep it real. I think he's trying to be WWE light and fucking over his
that's what it
product at the
is.
same time.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
that show
That's
on
it.
AMC should not be sitting at 100,000 views when you got shows that I watch on there religiously getting millions of views. There should be no
There's a
way that that show should be failing that bad.
but there
And
are
and I don't
reasons
want to
to it.
hear, and some of you gumudgets like Wrestling Corner or Corner and um some of these other places that I'm friends with, that I'm friends with, that also follow Fadeaway Media. Shout out to Fadeaway Media. Uh,
Shut up.
and yes, I know I just probably triggered a bunch of you, but I don't understand why you guys are all pissed off at him for. Because he just does what I'm doing with Wrestling Media, just basically reposting and sharing and showing highlights of things from other places on X. But anyway, getting back to the point. These people that are crying over it are just crying to cry. And to me, I think everybody deserves a second chance. I've
Of course.
seen a lot worse. And we won't go there for, you remember, for Forgotten Sons in NXT. Remember that? Remember what's his face's comments? And he never was back in WWE. Jackson Riker. Remember those comments?
That's the right.
Yeah. So I've
Yeah,
seen worse. I've seen hella worse. Look at Sasinski. Remember him for wrestling,
yeah.
the guy that they were gonna push Vince McMahon. Then he said all these like really anti-Semitic shit. It was real bad.
Oh yeah.
So I've seen worse. Like, look, Tessa Blanchard comes from that country background because her dad is totally Blanchard. So just expect what you're gonna get. And I don't
Yeah.
want to. And
Listen,
also, Hulk Hogan was very racist, and his family was very racist too. So, yeah, we go there. Yes, I
well,
have no shame in the
uh,
game with that one.
well, Brooke Hogan likes her BBC. Just saying.
Of course he does. He said it on camera.
Listen. She already told Daddy. Look, listen.
Hey, she
I
likes
like that BBC
RoboCock.
radio.
She likes RoboCock. Let's just put it that way.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
shit.
I'll shut the fuck. I'll shut the fuck. She likes to be broken.
No, no,
Let's
no.
put it that way.
Look,
Ride the
there
pine.
you
The
go.
spine on the pine.
There you go. There you go.
Each to
Listen,
their own.
man,
Okay, each to their own. Each to their own when it comes to life. If that's what you want to do it yourself, get down.
listen,
I'm not gonna judge what you do behind closed doors. Just
listen.
make
But she
sure you
said
put a
it. She
cowboy
said
hat
it.
there to let everybody know what you're doing.
Hey, listen. She said it. Look at her. I mean, look at her legs and her ass.
Hey, I'll make Smooth
Just
laugh even
saying.
harder. Make sure if you see the red light, you see the red light. Just know, just know, just just know. Look around because you're probably being filmed for OnlyFans
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
Gawker. Oh
Mm-hmm.
wait, Gawker doesn't exist anymore.
And I got OnlyFans. Oh, by the way,
But go ahead.
some people say I don't like. Some women say, well, OnlyFans they treat me right, so I'm not gonna become an Only. So I'm gonna move on from being
Look,
an OnlyFans model.
I'm just gonna say this. Look, I'm gonna say this, and I've always said this. Look, if you want to be a sex worker, you want to do different shit, you go for it. I have
Go
friends that
for
are
it.
in the porn industry that do OnlyFans, that sell feet pics. You do you. I'm not gonna judge. There's people that are pagans. There's people that do witchcraft. Look, you know what? I'm gonna say this as a person. What you shit doesn't make me eat, or your shit should make me eat, and vice versa. It is what it is at the end of the day. You do you, I'll do me.
That's it.
Like, if you want to go
That's it.
holies for holies with some glizzies, you have some fun with that. You do you.
Yeah.
If you want long dick style and you wanna go 3-point style, you do you. You wanna go tripod
Well, I
style,
know.
you do you.
Listen, I know some folks that are that way, so you already know.
Look, people like Woody walk up on the well, but you know, hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Well, listen, Brooke Hogan like a BBC, but with
Of
Tessa,
course she
but
does.
but with but with Tessa, um, she's gonna get a good push with she's gonna get a great push with CMLL, New Japan, and I can see her doing things with AEW.
Ring of Honor, of course.
Yes.
Like, I think, look,
Uh, Ring of Honor, Ring. Okay, so Ring of Honor. You wouldn't think that you would put her on
I
main,
would test the
you
waters
know.
first. I would test the waters and see how it works first.
Okay,
You're gonna
okay,
bring her in the door with some people that had issues with her. You might as test the waters. Honestly, I
yeah,
would rather have her baggage than I would rather have Britt Baker's baggage. If I had to pick between the two, I would say I would take her any day over Britt Baker. And I
yeah.
know Britt Baker's
Okay, yeah.
not have the scandals as much as as Tessa, but
That's
Tessa, the thing about Tessa is if you do bring her up to AEW, she has great promo skills. She can
of course.
go, and she can
Yes, you
she can
can.
do storytelling in the ring because she showed that with Sammy Callahan back in the day. Now
Oh
there
yeah.
is a rumor going around that John Moxley, I guess it's he wants to do a Shield gimmick in AEW with Sammy Callahan, bring him out of retirement, and somebody else that I found interesting. I don't know. I read
Mm.
a report on that and I found it very interesting. So hey, kudos to John Moxley. And by the way, John
Kudos to
Moxley's missing
John.
some teeth. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't think wrestling's real, it's real. He's missing teeth. If you haven't seen
Yes.
that, he's missing some teeth. He got hit. He got clocked
Oh yeah.
hard. Whatever happened, he got clocked hard.
That that was on Collision.
Yeah, like he's missing some teeth.
Yo, listen, that shit.
Also going back to Tessa Blanchard, I'm gonna say this: Tessa Blanchard, you could fit in like against a Mercedes Monet. You can bring her in. I would say test the waters first with Ring of Honor. See what she has. See what Tony Khan thinks. I think this is the stepping stone. I think CMLL is going to be the stepping stone, but I do ultimately see her in AEW. And I don't
Yeah.
want to tell people, oh, you're condoning racism. There's so much racism in sports, it's not even funny.
Triple H.
It is what it is. At the end of
Triple
the
H.
day, there are people, honestly, that have worked with racists before. And
Yeah.
like for instance, who was it that was really, really bad? An NBA player back in the day. There's a few. And they went and
Oh
worked
yeah.
with them. So, they're legends now, but look, look. NBA players have carried guns in locker rooms. You know, and allowed to continue. So I've seen worse. Her being a little racist, if it's true, because if you go back in that time, it was the cancel movement or the Me Too or whatever at that time, and a
cancel
lot of
culture.
allegations were being, flowed, and people are trying to gain traction for views. So
For
I don't know
cap.
what was real in that situation.
They were straight capping to get
Because I don't know
somebody
if
in the
Tessa
comments.
Blanchard's a racist or not. Because when I read the reports and I covered the whole situation with her, I even said then, as I said now, all the wrestlers' stories all sound exactly the same. And you're telling me somebody that was on the top can't act privileged? Then what the fuck is Roman Reigns then? If we're gonna go there, then Roman Reigns should be canceled because he's literally hugging and telling people how to feel. We're really gonna go there with that bully mentality and that racism shit. I'll go there, the tribal chief. I'll go there. He's not my tribal chief. He's the tribal chief of these nuts. I'll tell you that. No, got him.
That's what it is. That's what
I'll
it
go.
is.
But yeah, Tessa Blanchard. Look, she is an A+ player. I think you could put a belt around her. She's got the charisma. For a while there, I was like, until all that shit came out, I thought she was WWE bound for a while there. I was like NXT, they were gonna push her all the way. I thought she was a step above personally Jordan Grace at that time. I literally said that on shows and on my own reviews. I said that. Steve Macklin, that's another one that I was. Yo, thanks for the love, buddy. Oh shit. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm blind. I'm blind. Yo, 23. Welcome in. We're talking about wrestling and things like that. So that just took me by surprise. Thank you for that, my friend. Yo, thanks for the hype. That just threw me off of what I was saying. There we go. Make sure to check out Technical Roll. Yo, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Popping up on YouTube. Or sorry, Twitch. Wrong brand. My bad. Wrong brand. My bad. I really gotta go to the bathroom. Yo, thank you for the love, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you for that, my friend. By the way, if you're new, we're doing the Wraith and Smooth show. We've been talking about a lot of things. We've been going back and forth on a lot of shit. So feel free to ask questions. Free. And welcome in. Welcome in 25 viewers. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. Tentacle, I hope you had a great stream. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hey, thanks for the conversation earlier on Discord. I appreciate that too. I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through, by the way. Courtesy. I totally know. I'm kind of going through something similar with family, so I understand. Make sure to check out Tentacle. She plays more games than me. I was watching her. She was doing art and whatnot. I was watching off on my third monitor over here because we were doing the show. She was like doodling. Like I draw motherfucking stick figures, okay? I draw stick figures and think that's sexy as shit, okay? I have that problem. Yeah, Tessa Blanchard, look, she fits in like a glove anywhere, WWE, AEW, wherever, you know.
Well, AEW, of course, but then as you put it,
getting ready to eat and sleep. Hell yeah, I have fun sleeping and whatever food you're gonna have. I had a beautiful 19. Okay, I'm just gonna sound sexual. Yes, I'm gonna go there. Cough, because I like. I'm gonna shut my mouth now. But 19 inches of a sub and goodness earlier. I'll put it that way. My fat ass literally I came from a doctor's appointment and I was kind of like shoving my depression in my mouth, if you know. I was like that, okay? Yeah, I know somebody's going to clip that and say, oh. And I'd be like, yes, please. Sign me up. Hell yeah, let's go. Yes. And please wine and dine me. Please wine and dine me first before it happens, and let me close my eyes and let it just happen. All right, I'm just playing. Anyway, moving along. I appreciate the raid. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. I appreciate everybody giving me pep talks all week long. I appreciate it. Uh,
Yeah, shout out to
I
you
kind of
all.
feel the love. I want to say this. A couple weeks ago, I had a situation with somebody and a bunch of other partner streamers, and let me put it in perspective. It put me really in a bad spot in my own personal life because I deal with so much shit, and it just all just came down at once at me between my mom, between all the bullshit in my own life. I was just like, I needed to exit. I started hating everything. Like, this is no joke. I hated gaming. I was just miserable. Like, I hated everything. Thank God there was therapy, and thank God there was thank God there was THC gummies, man, in life. Like, I went on a wild ride of like fucking CBD and THC for a minute. I don't smoke it anymore because my lungs are fucked, but gummies all day long, and I just needed that. I needed like to escape for like a week away from everybody because like I left a lot of discords. Let me touch base on that one. I left a lot of discords because I suck at communication, and I kind of distanced myself from a lot of people because of that situation, and I thought that situation went to other people that went to other people that went to another group of people. And I just, look, I have a lot of respect for a lot of people, and I'd rather just take an exit, take an exit, and come back when shit settles itself out. Because that person that I don't mention on my show, because if I mention that person on this show, that person has fucking legs and will go cry on their fucking ex for days, months, years and tell me to fuck off. And I don't need that
Yeah.
in my life.
Oh.
I don't need that shit. I dealt with I have never seen that estrogen energy before in a long time, and I saw it and I was like, "Oh shit. Oh fuck my life." Like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've just never seen that energy like that. But like I said, we covered it on this show before I took my hiatus for a little bit. I just needed the break. Like I was becoming toxic before it became better. And ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just need to take a fucking break and just think about stuff, And
That's
I did
all.
say and by the way, I will admit this, I did say some frustrating tweets, but nothing was bad. I just was frustrated at streaming, and I thank that person for being part of their stream team because I'm a nice guy. And I got my head cut off and severed and put like in a vice and rammed up my ass, and that's what would happen in live fucking time. This is what happened in live fucking time.
Yeah.
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
He's black.
Go on.
He's bald.
Does he look like a bitch?
What?
That was happening to me on Twitter for like a week. You were there for it. You were experiencing. I was like, the fuck is happening in life? I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
was
these
there.
fucking people. I don't know what world I'm in. I'm just here.
to-
I'm just doing my shit. I'm just trying to be a good noodle and just live a good life. Look, at the end of the day, I was brought to a team, and then it got turned into a nightmare that I didn't ask for. I didn't want to be there. I just wanted to have fun because I love people, and I thought I can help somebody grow and grow my passion for streaming because I've been doing this for fucking so long, and it just went all over the fucking place. It was like I'm gonna say this in a way. It's like watching porn and nothing comes out. I said that. No. Now I'm gonna get canceled. This is happening in live. This is happening in live time. I'm getting canceled. This shit's happening. By the way, no fucks given. On this show, we have no fucks given. This is what happens when Smooth and this is what happens when Smooth and fucking Wraith get together. We just fucking there's just no fucks given.
Listen. We talk about women getting their backs broken by a babysitter, all that type of shit. Yeah, well, it's true.
I'm getting canceled. Somebody's fucking clipping my fucking ass and going that fucking 35-year-old, and I'm like, bro, I want some fucking RoboCock. Leave me alone. Like, I'm sorry, I want some RoboCock in my life. I want to be broken, okay? I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
No. I'm saying it so that somebody out there will be like, wait, Brooke Hogan likes it. Why not me?
Look, I
Let's
want to be.
go.
Look. I want to be broken, motherfucker. Fuck. When I met China the wrestler, I literally looked at her and I said, "Look, can you just do those moves on me like you do, dude?" I'd say the same thing to fucking Rhea Ripley. Sorry, Rhea, but no disrespect to you. I'd have you suplex me just to say it happened. I let you film that shit and then sign it after the fact, okay? Look. This is what you get with Wraith. This is what you get. This is what you come for. You see,
That's
you get
right.
the good, the bad, and the ugly. I am the Howard Stern of streaming. When people tell me this, I'm like, yeah. Seriously, if I had it my
Right.
way, I would have porn chicks all over the place like he does and do like the old 90s shit. I'd probably get canceled. But never mind. I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that was a different era.
Well, that was a
That
different
was a
era, but
different.
he kind of did that in the early 2010s. Come on now. Come on,
He
as I came
did.
out of high school, he was doing that shit. Okay,
Oh yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
live film, like, come on,
Oh yeah, like
in 4K,
man. I remember when him and what's his name, Robin Quivers is talking so sexual to each other. That's it.
bro. I can't
They gonna
believe
be
they're bringing back Baywatch, bro. I'm like, they're bringing Baywatch back for the fourth time, and I went, bro, there is nothing like Pam Anderson. Okay, David
bro and they
Hasselhoff at me. I'm getting
no
old.
David Hasselhoff can't hardly walk right now.
Are you serious?
I've seen. They
That's
said he
tragic. That's sad. That's tragically
they,
sad. That breaks my
they said
heart.
he can. I read from I was reading something about David Hasselhoff is like 73 and he can hardly
Oh
not
shit.
not hardly walk, but he's got some like health ailments going on.
Right. Right.
Because that's why you haven't seen him like that in a bit. So I was like, what the hell's going on? And then
Shout out to
that's when it
Technical
said that.
Girl. She plays more games than me. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to say the word for that. I fucking suck.
Shout out, hey,
Let
shout her
me
out.
like what is it? Praise or
Praise her.
like, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. We gotta she plays more games than me. She plays more story games than me. I watched her one night. She was sitting like getting fucking frustrated. I thought for a moment there she was gonna take the controller and kaya the damn bitch. She was just gonna be like, and it was just gonna be over. And I was gonna sit back just going, holy shit. And I was gonna be like this. I was gonna be like that scene in Talladega Nights, and I was gonna be
Dear
like,
Lord, baby Jesus, or as our brothers to the south call you, Jesus, we thank you so much for this bountiful harvest of Domino's, KFC, and the always delicious Taco Bell. I just want to take time to
yeah, I just thought, for a moment there, I was gonna say a prayer for the controller. We are gonna have a funeral. We're gonna have the whole nine. It's just gonna happen. I was gonna like I was gonna get the tomb, and I was literally gonna like take the controller, and we were gonna put it right there and be like that. I'm just
True.
playing. But anyway, we got to the last topics of the night.
Yeah,
We've
and
been
then
at this for
And
2 hours.
with LeBron. So quick thing on LeBron. Well, it's better for you guys. The Lake. It's better for you all for the Lakers and for him. So hey,
Well, to be
and
honest
then
with you, he comes in the cheap. Let's just be real with this. He comes in the cheap. You don't
definitely
have to pay $256 million for Austin Reeves. Let's just keep it real here. And
if you look at
also too,
things,
you can get other pieces around Luka and also LeBron, and they can kind of do what if they're gonna go after Mitchell Robinson, if that rumor is to be true and speculation, it would Aiden needs to go too. I think Aiden gone. Like the guy
that's
checked
why.
out in the playoffs. I even said
That's
to
why
you that he checked out. As the
he did. He
diehard
did.
King Lakers fan of the world, ladies and gentlemen, with the Kobe Bryant mural in front of me, behind my 3 monitors. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna be real. As the king of the Lakers nation, on Twitch, I'm just saying, I'm just playing. I'm not no king. Don't. The only king crown I have is some Burger King crown. I'm really a punk bitch in real life. All right. I'll shut the fuck up now. I'm Jey Uso. I'm like a box of fucking kittens. I'll stop talking. Anyway, but yeah, when it comes to the Lakers, man, to be honest with you, they just need to go get pieces around Luka. They just build around Luka. LeBron seems like he wants to be a team player at this point. You get him on the cheap for maybe a year or two. Give him his raw and let him retire. That's what you do. I think the Lakers are the best place for that. I can't see him in any other jersey at this point. His son's there. His other son's coming up the pike. It just makes sense. Him retiring as a Laker, and people make fun of him all the time. Like, he's done a lot for LA. Like, look, yeah, okay, he won one ring, but, at the end of the day, there's lots of players that haven't won rings and done well for their cities, at the end of the day.
True.
Patrick Ewing,
True.
Charles Oakley.
Yeah.
I can go on.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Oh,
LeBron's won. And we're going to remember LeBron's time in the playoffs when it comes all done being a choke artist.
And I would like to say something too. And when you brought up Charles Oakley, to my owner James Dolan of the New York Knicks, please have a private meeting with Charles Oakley and air out your grievances and mend offenses.
Yeah,
We should
yeah,
not be having
they
Charles.
should. They should.
We should not be having Charles Oakley be sitting inside the Frostbank Center trying to celebrate a championship of the Knicks championship and can't even go beyond the tape.
Are you
You can't do
serious?
that.
That guy's Nick royalty. Come on now,
No,
that's blasphemy to me.
That's
Here,
what
I
happened.
got you.
I saw it. I saw it because he was with. I think he was with. I think.
What? And you got to be kidding me. I mean, sit down.
Yeah, I'm with that one on that one.
Yeah, because it's not just myself that's saying, "Hey, mend the fences, let it go." Stephen A. Smith. I'm gonna give Stephen A. Smith credit for this one. He brought it up in a 2.5 minute sec monologue on the show that you should mend the fences, let it go. We understand men we have our differences as men, and this is a
Well,
business.
I think
But
what
but
happened years ago, if you want to go there, he did say some choice things about the owner and about, but let it go at this point.
yeah, let it go. Listen, listen.
And I
You have
also
a
think,
championship.
Patrick Ewing has been very criticizing of the Knicks even when they were struggling. So, like, at the end of the day, like,
Yeah,
if you really want to go there, like, should he have a
mhm.
bench? Should he have a seat? You know,
because okay, some people are saying, well, Charles Oakley don't belong because he says some choice words. He has some things to say about Patrick Ewing and saying, yo, you this and your dad and you didn't stick up and you didn't stick up for me to at least get a meeting. You had to get somebody from outside the organization to just mend the fences. His name, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and you still can't get in.
right.
It's like
Right.
and it's like,
There's NBA politics for you right there in its finest.
listen,
There it
we
is.
need to. That's one issue we need to mend the
Hey, we go
fences
back.
on.
If we want to go back to our early conversation, the referees, honestly, man, they got to do better.
Yeah, okay,
The
we can
NBA
talk
is
about.
becoming a joke. The referees, I don't know, man. I felt like some of the time in that finals, I felt like I needed to hand the glasses to the referees. Like, here's my Meta AI glasses. Here, I'm blinder than shit. I'm partially blind. Do I need to hand you a freaking glasses so you can see what's happening in front of you? Because I don't know what you're calling.
Of
And
course,
I
and then
almost watched a murder with Jalen Brunson on mid court being knocked the fuck out.
yep, yeah,
I was like,
and
that
basic.
man's gonna get killed eventually, and he's gonna be knocked out. And we got to get the smelling salts out.
Man, listen, he's one tough character,
Man, he's one son
very
of a
tough.
gun, man. Like, literally, that guy,
He's
man.
one
After
tough.
the game, you could see when he was walking back to celebrate, he was limping everywhere. That guy
Yeah,
put your team on his back and put you in greatness. He got 48 points, legendary performance.
45 points. Ti-
45. Okay, it was
Was
45. I thought it was 48.
tied for the most points in a closeout game with
By the way, we're
one
going to talk about.
Michael.
We got one more subject here. We got. We'll do some free talk because we have a lot of people here.
Yes,
Microsoft, what are you guys doing? Xbox, what are we doing? You're canceling studios that don't need to be canceled. This is a topic that I wanted to throw up.
Yes.
I love the new I love Asher Sermon. I love what's going on. Guys, stop canceling studios that don't need to be canceled. You showed off Hellblade, and the next minute, Ninja Theory's getting freaking the axe. Why? Don't
Right.
don't do that. Microsoft, you've been on a roll with Xbox. You've been winning a lot. You've been getting people back in good graces, but you do this and you're fumbling the bag. It's like, oh my gosh, why? Why? And then you're saying to Ninja Theory, well, you could pay us money and you could become your own studio. And it's like, what? 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 what,
But
what,
yeah.
what are we smoking? Like, what are we doing, Microsoft? Microsoft, look, get your console prices down. Be the leader. You guys have one opportunity here to win the fans back by dropping prices. Do what your competition is not doing. Drop your prices down. Make it affordable. In this climate, be the company. Take your L for once, Xbox, and just bring out good games. Stop it. Now you want to roll back multi-platform gaming. Like, Asha, you already said E-Day is going to be exclusive to the Xbox and PC and Steam. Leave it there. If you want to be about the new 3.0 fanboy wars, fangirl wars, you go there. But stand on brand. Don't sit back and be hypocritical the next minute. I love what you're doing. I think, look, Xbox should focus on Call of Duty, should focus on Gears. They need to get back to what they did on 360, which was amazing. They made amazing games yearly. We got a Gears. We got story
Yes.
like Call of Duty was greatness. Halo was greatness. I haven't seen I'm becoming older than shit, and I'm watching franchises that I loved as a kid die in front of me, like just death. And I'm really getting old of this rotation of games like Fortnite, Overwatch. And there's like not many good story games out there. Like outside of Eclair Expansion 33 and some of the Final Fantasy stuff, it's mostly remakes. Like I want innovation in gaming. I miss the days of where I would go to the store and you had choices. Like you felt amazing to be a gamer. You got a pamphlet, you
Yep.
got a book, you felt like $1 million. And it's like GTA 6, I keep hearing $180. Like, who has that money like that? Who has that cash money like that to go out and just throw at it? Like $180 to me, I could buy like to be honest with you, I could do a lot of different things in the world of things. I could buy myself so much food it's not even funny until I'm sad.
Yep.
Actually, $180 to be honest with you could buy me that steak hack at Costco right now and beyond.
There you go.
So like I just don't I think gaming like we gotta sit down in 2026, 2027 and fucking have this come to Jesus about the idea of gaming just being way unattainable. And I don't want to and these companies it's all just market manipulation. I don't want to hear the fucking AI this, AI that, because AI is drowning. AI is drowning in lifetime. And I'm getting my bowl of popcorn out for it. I think AI is a useful tool to help people when you don't know certain things, but not to replace things. I still like the human element. We're finding out in lifetime they're bringing people back to jobs because they can't afford AI. AI is becoming more than human as far as money goes, and they're showing the stats on that, and it's kind of scary to see that in lifetime. So,
Oh yeah.
game
Oh yeah.
and EA. I know you were bought out by
Yeah.
Jared Kushner and all that shit. And I'm hoping and praying one of my favorite franchises, and I hope you don't screw this up, Mass Effect. I love Mass Effect. I hope you don't do this where it's $150 to get in and you have a membership on top of that. You're already doing that on Madden. You're already doing that on a lot of other things. I don't want to see that on Mass Effect. I will cry. I will cry. I want to buy Mass Effect, but then at the same time, I'm just like, I can't support this bad behavior with $150 a game, and then you want to put a membership on it. And then you lock features out because you have to get those memberships. Beyond me. But I will say this, games that I've really enjoyed, Forza Horizon right now, I've been loving it. I've been playing that on cloud storage on cloud. I have I've been playing it on my phone. I've been enjoying it when I'm out and about. So it's when I sit on the throne. If you guys know, wink, wink, cough, cough. If you know what the throne is, when your stomach hurts, you understand. I play most
Yeah,
of my games nowadays because I'm so busy taking care of my mom's shit, and I'm pretty much doing that. So, Smooth, what do you think?
of course.
I mean, you're a gamer, somewhat.
Yes, I'm a little bit of a gamer. Yes.
What's your games of choice?
Well, I'm basically into sports. So if you're
Okay,
talking
so how
about
about
like
the new one that just launched, NBA The Run?
NBA, the run, that's good. I mean,
I'm happy the two
and who's
developers from EA Big is now making their own studio and they're not charging a lot and they're listening to their own audience.
yeah,
I played
of
a little
course.
bit of when it was out for beta test, The Run a little bit. I played a little bit of it. It's okay. I don't see to me. I'm not a big. I'm gonna get judged on this one. I'm not a big. I never really was outside of the NHL games. Or the FIFA games. I'm not into Ultimate Team. I'm not into paywall shit. I just want to play with my
No,
friends and have a good time.
yeah. There was a time where you just purchase the game and then you could just play with it. Just play with uh, multi, as I would say, multiple players, and
Right.
you didn't have to go through that whole paywall bullshit. Now it's just paywall. Now now the prices
I'll
for the
say that
games.
I'll say this to you. It's a crime to me that EA's gone the way of with Madden. They combine the two games, and then they want to justify, okay, $150 plus a membership behind it. Like, okay, so I'm already paying for PlayStation
So
Plus or Xbox
so,
Game
the,
Pass.
so
Go
how
ahead.
so how much would it be for like the membership? Got to be at least $100, right?
So okay, so the membership supposedly is supposed to be like $15, something like that, on top of, and
Yeah.
they're locking features out of these sports games. Like for instance, like the things that I used to play on the PS2, right? The mascot
Yeah,
play, the things like that. They're locking that behind a membership. So it's already bad enough you're already paying for Game Pass, right? And it's already bad enough with PlayStation. Then you're also turning around and you're nickeling and diming me these other ways. So like to me, then you've already priced me out at that point. Like you've priced
basically.
me out. Like I got to be rich to sit back a month. So like you're telling me so I got to buy Ultimate Team coins, then I got to buy a membership, then I got to buy another membership for PlayStation or Nintendo or Xbox, whatever, and then turn around. I would say probably that's about $200 right there. If you're really into the EA environment, you're spending $200 for that video game all alone. And then people are going to tell me, well, you're getting two games for the price of one, but that doesn't matter. What happens if you're not an NCAA guy and you just want this? So to me, to get the best experience, I have to spend $150 anyway. You know, and or I have to spend, okay, so then I spend the $69.99 and I'm missing out on half of the stuff. And 2K saw this with EA with WWE. People revolted. Because 2K
Yeah,
was trying to go this way with WWE. What they were trying to do was they thought they could finesse people. They went, okay, we're gonna hide a lot of these features, these 10 wrestlers that you were supposed to get for buying the Ultimate game for $150. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make you grind this, but it should automatically be unlocked and owed to me. I paid for that. At the end of the day. Yo, thanks for the other raid, buddy. I appreciate it. Wow, we're on fire tonight.
yeah. Shout out to you on the raid. Keep on raiding.
Yo, thank you
Keep
for
on
that,
raiding.
Jonathan. I appreciate you, buddy. Shout out to you, buddy. Hope your games were good on Fortnite.
Yes.
Anyway, you guys getting the overtime. We're going a little overtime tonight. We're like 2 hours in. We're going to probably go 3 because all the raids and all the traction that we're getting tonight, man. So we're all on it.
Okay.
What's up, buddy? Talks. What's up, buddy? How you doing tonight? Thank you for the alerts and the shimmy and all the stuff. I see that. All right, we're talking
So
about video games. We're talking about prices of video games being too goddamn high. That's what we're talking about.
So what you think about? So what you think about John Tortorella not going to be returning to the Golden Knights next season?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, honest opinion on that. He said some clown takes at the pressers, man. Like, you can't come back from that. Let's keep it real. Like, he said some clown shit at the pressers. You know, when you're losing, and two, you didn't you gave the rock to Hart. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
How you doing
Oh
tonight? We're
yeah.
talking some sports, some wrestling. Welcome to the Wraith and Smooth Show podcast. We're going a little overtime tonight. Usually we're trying to cut them short, a little shorter, so it's easier to listen and watch. Because we usually go 4
Yes.
and we usually talk, because we usually have so much subject. We talk throughout the day on what we're going to talk about on the show. And
Of course.
it just turns into like I have a sheet of like 10 different topics, and it's insane. So we were talking about LeBron earlier, and clue into, I have a lot of you guys that love the Lakers and LA sports. I think it's the right move what the Lakers are doing, keeping LeBron. I just think it's a win-win situation. I don't follow sports, but they should fire that guy, whoever you were talking about. LeBron is trash.
Tortorella.
Well, each to their own. I mean, not everybody likes LeBron. Not everybody likes that. I mean, I understand it.
But I mean, but listen, it's much better because it's a bit economical, and you can add pieces to your team to the team as well, because
Yeah, yeah,
you're not
yeah.
gonna
I
get.
mean, each to their own when it comes to LeBron. Like, I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan, but I think it's best for business if LeBron stays as a Laker, because going somewhere else makes no sense for me. And I'm not even a LeBron. I'm not deep into the LeBron camp like that.
Plus, he's not gonna cost you much, so you can be able to use some of the finances to get some players around him and Luca,
Well, here's
because
what you do:
basically,
is you get rid of Aiton, you get rid of Aiden, you get rid of Hachimura. Those are two you just dumped somewhere else, because
well,
Hachimura doesn't show up for you. Doesn't show up
well,
for
well,
us. Period.
see Aiton, he signed a 1 year deal, so he's a free agent now. So you ain't gotta worry about that.
I don't want him back personally because he didn't show up in the playoffs. And then when LeBron has to pull you off to the side and actually have to pump you up in a playoff game in a series, there's a problem. That
Yeah, I
should not
saw
be
that.
happening. You should not have to be coaching your players to be killers on the court to find that extra will. You should have that automatically. That's that James Harden shit. That's that James Harden shit. That James Harden is like a shell of himself in the playoffs. I call James Harden a walking, talking zombie in the playoffs. Like he just
Yeah,
walks all over the place, and you could
and then
see it. Like he did it with the Clippers, and then he did it with Cleveland.
did it with Cleveland against the Knicks and said, "Oh, well, I didn't do all that bad, and I didn't do all that bad against the Knicks." What are your numbers again, James? And where are you?
That
Where
is
are
very
you?
true.
And who are the champs?
He didn't show
Like,
up. He should have showed up. That honestly, like if we roll back that series, the Cavaliers could have made it a little bit more interesting personally, but instead they decided to sleepwalk.
yeah, well,
And
they said
and Donovan
you,
Mitchell and Donovan Mitchell should not be carrying that team, period, on his back trying to
listen,
do everything.
they on the seriousness, they were gassed because you go through 7 game series in the first 2 rounds, and what do you have in the conference finals? That's why when you do these playoffs,
Cash,
you
what's up,
gotta
buddy?
pace. That's why when you do when they all teams always say when they win championships, they pace themselves through the playoffs, through the regular season, so that way they don't have to go all out in the postseason because well they're ready to go in the postseason and they can give
Right.
everything they got.
Well, my
So
my whole my whole thing is, look, the this NBA offseason is going to be interesting because the Clippers are in an interesting spot. Right,
yeah, the
because we don't know what's going
Clippers,
to happen with Kyrie. We're not going to know what's going to happen with Kawhi Leonard
Kawhi.
in that situation, because the NBA's got to drop their ruling down on what's going on with the Clippers personally.
That's all.
I will say this in the open on this show. I think Leonard will probably get the axe. I think he'll be a casualty out of it, and I do see fines all around. But
Yeah.
I don't understand where ESPN and a few others like Shams are saying, oh, well, Bomber may be let go. I don't think that. He's making too much money for the league, and Adam Silver is very soft, softer than Swiss cheese. Let's keep it real
And he
here.
and let's keep it real. And we'll say for the 2028 Summer Olympics in LA, because
Right,
the Intuit Dome, because the Intuit Dome is going to be used for basketball.
right. And
That's going to be used for.
here's my other thing too. Like,
Mm.
um, if you get rid of if he has to sell the team, if they go that far, I don't think they're going to go that far. If they do, I don't see any owners coming in and wanting that action, wanting that smoke, because the Clippers are going to have a lot of sanctions coming forward. I just
Yeah.
don't see it as a basketball fan. I just don't see, and as a diehard Lakers fan, I just don't see it. I don't see him getting fired. There's too much money there. There's too much money on
Yeah.
the table there for the league
Yeah.
itself.
And then plus you got to also deal with the Summer Olympics because the Intuit Domes will be used for basketball as well as Crypto.com Arena, correct?
I believe so, and I believe the Honda Center out here, back where I used to live in the OC, is going to be used for the
Volleyball.
volleyball and whatnot.
Volleyball.
So they're using part of the OC. They're going to be using part of LA. So it's going to be like a mixed bag of where sports
And
are
then
going to be.
and then
Because I believe they're going to
so
be doing the gymnastics up in the Honda Center. I think that's what they're going to do for that. And supposedly
and,
someone Bios is going to be doing her like sixth Olympics or something like that. Something like that
okay.
crazy after her health
so
scares and whatnot.
so so baseball. So for the baseball, they're gonna do it at Chavez Ravine.
Probably, I'm assuming that's what they're gonna do. I know they're gonna do the soccer stuff like they're doing now. They're gonna use like probably the where USC plays. They're gonna probably do the Rose Bowl, and they're gonna probably do SoFi and the other ones where the four are gonna be. I'm assuming the track and
Well,
field's gonna be at where USC plays at the Memorial.
they have to fix that up. They're gonna have to fix that. If they're gonna do track and field, they're gonna have to fix that up
Well, they already are.
because
USC has been paying for upgrades for the last 3 years on that. They're refixing it, and also Karen Bass also said they're fixing that. So we'll see on that one.
yeah,
They are dumping so much money into LA with that. It's insane.
so okay, I would say if track and I would say track and field would be done in SoFi.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. It's gonna be very interesting when the Olympics happen. To be honest with you, like
It's gonna
I
be
love Olympic time. I'm wondering where the swimming events are gonna be. I'm very intrigued.
yeah, I'm very intrigued. And then also too,
We got flag
um,
football. Remember, we don't have the NFL games. We have flag football games.
like,
Remember, Tom Brady's leading Team USA. Remember this. Remember, it's gonna be Joe Burrow, Tom Brady, and Jalen Hurts running the whole Team USA for flag football, and then we have a women's side of it too. You gotta remember that. I don't know who. I don't know. I don't know any of the athletes on the women's side for the U.S. side. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to do when the Olympics come, we're gonna be doing a whole like deep dive into this, like because this is gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
it is.
We're gonna learn some new players. We're gonna learn some new shit. Trust me. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn about women's flag football. I know there's a league, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's a league. It's just not on TV yet. I know with this they're gonna have it, and also they're gonna have the Big Three league. Supposedly Ice Cube is working on that with the NBA. I guess they can't get on the proper terms,
Yeah.
so we'll see. We'll see on all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued about the Olympics. I'm intrigued about flag football primarily. I'm intrigued how they're
I'm
going to play that. Cricket's coming back. Softball's coming back. I mean, for
intrigued.
2 weeks, the Olympics is going to be crazy. There's going to be so much to watch. I'm going to be like in sports heaven.
Me too. Well, I'm track and field, so I want to see who team you what team USA is gonna put out there. But before that is World Championships 2027. So yeah,
So the three
and
on
right
three
now,
women's league. Oh yeah, of course. Unrivaled. Unrivaled's great. I love Unrivaled.
and they're gonna still
Um,
have the three women's basketball because from what I saw, USA grabbed the bronze 2 years ago.
well, we're talking women. We're talking about the women's league, the Unrivaled, the one that
Yeah,
Stewart, Brianna Stewart runs, and a few others.
Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier are the co-owners, and the financial backers is Nafisa Collier's husband and Serena Williams' husband.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, I dig that. By the way, by the way, can we have a moment of silence for Angel Reese and her refusing to take a charge and then yell at her own coach? The other day, I was watching the game. She sat and yelled at her own coach and got benched.
Are you talking about the Dream Game?
Yeah,
Against
something like that. Like I was watching it, and she was like literally yelling at her
against
coach from distance and refusing to take a charge or take a foul.
and then 'cause I saw the game from Sunday between her and between the Dream and Tempo in Toronto, and it was getting a little bit chippy between her and Isabel Harrison. And then after that, Izzy said, "You know what? I'm gonna just grab ball." But then she grabbed ball, body, went down to the floor. Angel Reese went on top of her. Then they called it a flagrant two and ejected Isabel Harrison out of the game. You see, that's some bullshit.
Welcome to the WNBA and the NBA where referees don't look at fucking anything and they
That's
fucking
some,
stare for days and they're like, it's in front of your face. How do you not see that unless you're really blind? I'll hand you my meta
oh,
glasses. Here you go.
yeah, yeah. See that she grabbed on ball because if she grabs on ball, Angel Reese got the ball. That's an automatic jump ball, and you put it right to the top of the key of the free throw line.
That's like Wimby taking his elbow and smashing Jalen Brunson and them not even freaking calling it.
Yeah, but I
But
mean, they
but
get
mean
listen.
but meanwhile they won't call that push on Jalen Brunson where he got pushed so hard. I went this dude's gonna be hurt by the time it's all said and done.
Because from that, because when I was looking at that game three, the crowd wasn't too much, and for a crowd at Madison Square Garden, they're basically in it. But see, because of Orange Man, but when that
Well,
push,
you had I'm gonna say this in a good way. It was a fuck situation. If you want to go there,
it was,
it was a real fuck situation. You had the commander in chief, you had
and then
all the
how,
spectacle of everything, and it
and then
just
how,
it
and then
became more of a spectacle than about the
yeah,
players.
and then how, what the fuck are you doing sitting courtside? You are working for the government. You're not supposed to be having no courtside seats on your
Remember,
own
I
without.
agree with the UFC player that said what they said. So I agree with the UFC, what's his
Fighter.
name? The fighter when he said government should stay out of sports and just do their thing and protect the people and let people be people watching sports.
Because from game three, I'm looking at it afterwards. I saw some because I was looking at a show on Rumble and they were showing Howard Lutler's photo sitting courtside at game three of the NBA Finals. I'm like, time out. You're supposed to be up in the box with the commander in chief, not down here. What privileges
Well, why would you want to
you
sit up front with the commander in chief that's fallen asleep for 2 quarters? That's no
No,
fun.
well,
What are you gonna go play
listen,
with the? You gonna go play with the buffet line that's in the fucking press box? You know, hey guys, I'm playing with my food, but hey, that's our guy. But meanwhile, him and the owner are like,
yeah,
and
well,
then I got something to say about that.
listen. So
I mean, what?
they,
What? And you got to be kidding me. I mean, sit down.
There you go. Okay, thank you, Stephen A. Smith, for that one.
thank you for Stephen A. Smith, but basically, it was like the freaking church for game
Well,
three on
okay.
Monday.
Well, I'm gonna say this too, and I said that on last shows that we've done. What did you expect? Everything that's happening right now is a spectacle, and it's
Yeah,
always going to be a spectacle. And look, as a person, I've just lost a lot of faith in a lot of things, and I just smile at things nowadays. And I did like, look, I have to like what I tell people nowadays is I just focus on putting a roof above my head and focusing on the things that I need to focus on. I do pay attention, but I agree with the UFC fighters that said, look, you know, we got to take this out of sports. This should not be happening. And look, it almost got people killed in live time.
Yep.
To me, it's like I love mixed martial arts fighting, but that wasn't really what I was expecting. I
No.
love
And then,
UFC. I grew up with UFC. I love UFC, and I love bare knuckle
and,
fighting and boxing. I grew up with Mike Tyson knocking out people, and you go, "Wow!" I just feel like you know. So
you know,
at the end of the day,
yeah, and for me, when that happened,
I'm gonna use the
well,
restroom. Go ahead,
before it
real
happened,
quickly.
so basically what I'm saying, the crowd got up and said, "Yo, what are you doing?" When Wemby mushed, as they would say, pushed Jalen Brunson by the head and down to the ground. This crowd at the Garden was kind of a little quiet, but when they did that, it became a little bit lively. They said, you not touching our captain like that. You're gonna have to push all of us down before you get to him. Before that happens." So it was just off for that night. But hey, series over, finals over, New York Knicks, NBA champions, and
Sorry,
Wemby's a
stream. I had to go use the
crybaby.
restroom. I've been drinking a lot of
And
fluids because we're at like
yeah,
111. I've been drinking like tons and tons of water.
no. You had to keep yourself hydrated, especially with those temperatures out there.
Yeah.
But basically what I said is New York Knicks, NBA champions, and Wemby's a crybaby bitch.
Well, of course, and then like
Oh, oh, oh,
how unprofessional is it when he was at the podium and he's like, "Well, I don't know what we're going to do next year." Bro, it's called sit back, just say, "Hey, look, we had an amazing season," and just go work in the gym. Get better.
don't worry, David Robinson and Tim Duncan will respect you.
Oh, of
All of
course, Tim Duncan, the man, the legend. He's going to sit
listen,
that mofo down and give him a speech.
David Robinson and Greg Popovich, those three are gonna have a meeting with him, and they gonna straighten his ass out. Yeah, don't worry.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because Pop spoke to him after Game 4 of the second round. He said, "Yo, we need we like that type of play, but you can't go too far."
I think Smooth, you still here?
Yeah, am I still here? Hello?
Okay, okay. You were cutting in and out, so I changed the server for this room. I changed the
Oh,
location to make it closer to you because you're
oh,
up East Coast. So you're good.
okay, okay, good. So basically, Pop, David Robinson, and Tim Duncan will speak to him because, like I was saying, after Game 4 of the second round, when he was ejected for the elbow that he gave to Nas Reed, Pop basically told him, "Hey, you are the
So
top
let's go
guy in the
back to
team."
we have a lot of newer viewers and we've been going up and down with the viewers and I appreciate that everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Let's go back to LeBron
Yes.
James. I don't feel like we went into depth with that. As a
Okay,
Lakers
go ahead.
fan, as I said, I think AR I think is asking for way too much money. I personally
No,
said I
no,
think it's greedy at this point. Like, look, to me, with him is if you haven't shown up in the playoffs, and I don't want to hear from all the Gumudget Laker people that have to justify him over LeBron. I don't want to hear that. It's coming down to money. And what have you done for me? LeBron literally carried the Lakers last year in the playoffs. He was sitting back
yeah,
and trying to win games. And you could see that time is running out and he wants to win. And
true.
Luka went down. It was unfortunate because Luka went down. I don't think the Lakers would have gotten that far, last year. I think second round. I think second round is about right. I still
I
think they
probably
would
would.
have gotten blown out.
They probably no. Well, they probably with
Or
a
would you
healthy
or
Luca
would they
and a
would
healthy
have
AR.
I don't
With a
know about
healthy
that.
Luca and a healthy
I don't know
AR,
about that.
I I
I don't
probably
know.
I probably I probably would have seen them taking the OKC Thunder to 6 games at
You think
least.
so? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
You think
because
SGA would
because
have?
look,
You think SGA would have been something else? Think he would have
well,
gave him a run for his
listen, well,
money?
yeah, of course. Because I mean, listen, Luca would have been healthy and scoring.
Okay,
Then he would
so
have
let's
had
let's put the
AR healthy.
hypothetical. Let's put the hypotheticals out there, right? So we were talking about
Yes.
Mitchell Robinson. Your guys's actually, I'm gonna say this in a good way. I like Cap, but I think Mitchell Robinson was a little bit better at times in that
Yes.
series in the finals.
Yeah, because remember, because every series changes. Every series changes. So basically, after Game 3, between us and the Hawks, we were able to run that offense to Cat up until when we got into the Eastern Conference Finals. We we beat the Hawks. We swept the Sixers. Running the offense to Cat, it worked. But when it
Oh, and if
came
you
to the
guys are
Cleveland,
hold on, if you guys are coming into the show and you're not seeing my co-host on camera, I'll explain that. He's working on his setup. We've talked about this when we first started. He wanted to get his toe in the water, see what people thought, and then he'll start upgrading slowly with things. Eventually, we've talked about this on this show or off air. He's already talked about getting maybe a laptop or a tablet and a nice
yes,
mic that plugs into said tablet and going from there. So things will change as this show progresses. He's just testing out the waters and seeing how things go. I did explain when we first started this show that it was going to be a little different than what change what your perspective of podcasts are. It's more of an art form of talking and stuff like that. You're gonna see my face. You get to see this Bobby Hill looking ass. So there you go. I'll put it that way. And ain't not my purse, but at the end of the day, eventually you'll see both of us on a thing. Eventually,
of course.
I got thumbnails and everything for the new show, the Underground podcast that we were working on before. I kind of had to axe that because it didn't make any sense. I think this the Wraith and Smooth show, kind of like Mike and Mike in the morning kind of deal is like where it's at for me. So that's why
Oh
we went
yes.
where we
Oh
went.
yes. Yeah, but guys,
Um,
I'm working. I'm definitely working on it. So eventually, I'll be up and running with a camera and a microphone and all the setup. So definitely, I'm taking a little bit
so
of
I'll
time
give
with
you a
that.
word of advice on microphones because we most of us use this setup. And yes, before somebody turns around, oh, there's Elgato. I understand you. I feel you. Elgato's expensive. It's great equipment. There's also the XLR and all the different stuff. If you're just wanting to podcast and you just want to talk to people and you want to have some fun with people, there
Yes.
is the FinFine microphone and you'll be fine. FinFine will
Okay.
get you through the door, no problem. You could plug it in USB into a tablet and it'll just work just fine. Same with
Okay.
iPhone or iPad. And if you want to
Yes.
really go all the way with it and you want to have the mixers and all the sounds, you can go for an extra $25 and you can get or $40. You can get the mixer to go alongside of it to have all the noises and you can sound like like this or like that. So there you go. So you could do all the different funky stuff on it, and yeah, it doesn't set you back much. It'll probably like set you back about $70 at best. It's like a budget
Yes.
setup, but it gets the job done. When it comes to podcasting, I've had the best mics in the world. I tell this to people. I had a Shure SM7B. I've had the Electro Voice. You can go up in big bang quality, and really, to be honest with you, it's like buying a Porsche to how I reference microphones are like buying fast cars to economy cars.
Yes.
It'll
Yes.
get both will get you to point A to point B. It's just how much you want to spend on fixing it and all the maintenance and all the different stuff that go alongside of it.
For me, it's not even about the money. The money. It's just about getting a good quality microphone and go from there.
Oh, any FinFine where it's at like for the price. And you guys hear me all the time and I get asked all the time. The reason why I have the XLR and the USB because one runs to my gaming PC and the other one runs to my streaming PC. So my XLR
Okay.
goes into the mixer and then the other one goes because I have to because I don't console game anymore. So the other day, and I was playing with J-Lo the other day, Jonathan, and I was playing with him and Fortnite, and I've like in my mindset, I'm thinking about my old school setup where I didn't have XLR and half USB. So in my mind, because I have this other mic, this mic here. This is technically my Shure 68B microphone. That's it's made by Focusrite. I love this mic. Don't get me wrong. Love this mic. It's great. It's a stage mic, but it's only XLR. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I got to go find a second mic. This sucks. I was gonna buy a pinup mic for my Bluetooth, and then I went, I have another mic that has half USB, so let me just plug it in and see if this works. And then bang, presto, Bob's your uncle. It just works. And I was like, oh, I should have just done this a long time ago.
So the microphone is using is what? Not the XLR.
It's both.
Is it?
It does both. So the reason I could do all the fancy colors and whatnot. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. All the fancy stuff is it's plugged in USB, so I get the lighting and all the bells and whistles that way. And then XLR to my mixer out my interface.
Okay.
And then if you get it on the PC, it has all these different virtual audio interfaces, kind of like how Elgato's different because Elgato just upgraded their interface to where you could do basically what I have is I can add 8 different audio controls on my mixer on FinFine. Is Genie software, and I can have my people don't realize this. I'm listening to copyrighted music when I'm playing Fortnite with my friends. I'm literally listening to Wu-Tang Clan, but you don't hear that in stream because I don't want to get hit with DMCA. But the other day I did. Sometimes I will if I'm streaming straight to a platform. I will, depending on if I'm. Because a lot of times I'm not clipping my stuff, and I'm not AI clipping with some of the AI stuff, which I find useful, like with Sizzle, GG, and Eclipse. I just don't. And when I'm not, I'll just play copyrighted music, or I'll play Clone Hero or whatever. But most of the time, you guys are getting non-copyrighted and are like stream beats or some of the Epis Vox stuff out there, like some of the Halo non-copyright stuff that he's been working on with the guitar solos. And then what I'll honestly do is off to that side frame. What I do is I'm listening to Wu-Tang Clan, Tupac, I'm doing it that way. And a lot of people that have the Wave XLR, the Wave stuff, right? Yo, thank you for the home is where you make it. I appreciate that, buddy. I don't know why that's not working. Hold on. Oh, that's why. I got you. Sorry, you guys are now seeing my other PC, my gaming PC. So hold on. I apologize. I didn't add it to this source. So give me a sec. There it is. There it is. You can try that again. Hopefully it works. Let me see if it does. Go ahead, Smooth. Anything you want to add to any of these?
Oh yeah, so yeah, because for me right now, I'm looking for
Smooth.
First, I'm trying to get an all-in-one desktop PC, and then and then I'll hook up the microphone to it along with a laptop.
Okay, so I'll give you a suggestion on that. So here's my suggestion to you. I would just say to you, just go get a laptop, and just plug a side monitor to it. Like have your one on one side and have another. If you could swing it and get it, I said if you're looking at a game, then you're going to spend about close enough to 1,000 or more. But if you just want something just to honestly podcast and
homie, where you make it?
There we go.
You like to see homos naked?
Joe Dirt, home is where you make it.
Homie, where you make it?
Home is where you make it. You almost want to see naked? Goddamn, boy, everybody knows that, boy. All right. I would just tell you, honestly, just get yourself a Mac Mini if you want to just do podcasting and OBS stuff.
Okay.
Or just get yourself a nice laptop at like that $700, $800 range if you're just wanting to do podcast.
Of course, because I'm just looking to do not just podcasting, but also streaming. A better
Yeah.
streaming era thing.
If you have a console, I say if you don't want to have the complications of doing the gaming PC stuff, and I'm gonna hear the audience throw tiki torches and pitchforks at me for this comment. I struggle a lot of times because my PC's not high end like other people's PCs. So like I have 5060 with an entry level Ryzen 5 processor. I struggle sometimes with Fortnite. Fortnite is the biggest struggle I have. So I always tell people if you're starting out streaming, if you could find it for affordable price in this day and age, I would say find a refurbished Xbox somewhere or a PS5. Start with that and then see if PC gaming is what you want to do. Cuz PC gaming, like, not every game works properly, and sometimes, like, on one PC, and anybody's been here, you could be playing certain games and OBS just does not, or Streamlabs or Meld Studio just does not like that game, period. And then your computer will, like, have a spaz attack and lose your mind. That's why I have dual PCs, because I separate the two. I separate my gaming PC from my streaming PC. So they're both their own entity. It means I take up more power in my house and more heat in my room, but it's totally worth it at the end of the day for me. It's always been that's my always my try true and proven. I don't go, anywhere else with that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
That's where I pretty much go with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
When it
no,
comes to that.
but getting back with like the Knicks free, I would say off season
And
story,
by the way,
off
guys,
season
that's my
situation.
opinion and my advice when it comes to tech, because I build computers, fix computers, especially in this community, a lot for the seniors. And the one advice I give to streamers all the time, if you're starting out, um, PC gaming is great. Yes, mouse and keyboard. I hear this all the time. And by the way, I am a controller gamer, ladies and gentlemen, on PC. Judge me now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the boos and the hiss coming my way. Boo and hiss. How dare you? Yeah, I have two mechanical keyboards and mice and the whole nine. But, because I broke my wrist so many times, it's really hard to move a mouse without my wrist hurting really badly. So I play on controller. I'm better with controller. I've done professional events with controllers more than a mouse and keyboard and esports stuff. So, and I can't play Rocket League with a mouse and keyboard. It's just not gonna happen. You want to watch me get salty and tilted? It's just not gonna work for me. Anyway, go ahead. Go back to your Knicks. Go ahead.
So basically, what I was gonna say about it is with the situation with Cat and how it's gonna very much help out the team. That because they were saying that it was that his contract extension now he's eligible for is 4 years, 272 million, but he could probably take that down to like 4 years, 190.
I honestly will tell you this: like, if he lowers it down just to get maybe a mid-level exception player and another player, like a two-way, or maybe somebody in the free agent market that's like, because you guys need a little
Yeah,
bit more length and a little bit more depth, a little bit. I felt that you
yes.
guys need a little bit more of that, more 3-point shooting. So I think if he could get down just a tad below what he's asking for, I think you guys
Hmm.
will be able to get some more depth, because you guys have pretty good depth. You guys don't need
Because
anything more. Or
like what I said.
Mitchell
Hmm.
Robinson, if maybe you find a way to pay him the money that I think he deserves, and he
So
stays
they say
as
what
your
is it?
second.
So basically, I would say he could probably lower that down to about 4 years, 198 or
And I'm also going to
200.
take a terrible take, so get ready for my terrible take. And this was the other thing I was saying. Since Cat does not, and I know he's New York strong, and I get this, and I'm going to get flack for this one. You ready for it?
Go ahead.
I think
Go
Mitchell
ahead.
Robinson would be your better bet. He's more energetic. I think you should pay him more than a Cat, but that's I kind of said this, but I understand Cat is a lifer, and I get it. It would be disrespectful for not to be on the Knicks, but I felt Mitchell Robinson in a lot of ways had more energy, at times. That's just me though.
Okay. So
And
so
you
for
can make
me,
fun of me. Feel free to roast me. I'm cool with that.
because if it's like that, Mitchell Robinson probably gets a 4 year. Mm, you're talking because Cat takes that pay cut like that. Mitchell
I'm not
Robinson
saying,
could
and by
get
the
a
way, anybody here, I'm not saying Carl Anthony Towns is a bad player. I'm just saying at times, like even in the last game, I noticed that he goes quiet and then fouls out really quickly.
because you have to feed him the ball early. But what happened was after game 2, they switched Wemby off of Cat. So basically, Cat was being served up Devin Vassell or Julian Champagny
I have the same
or
sound alerts. Hell yeah, buddy.
Dylan Harper. He wasn't getting fed Wemby.
Hang
If he
on
was
just
getting
a second. Hang on. We have the same sound
oh
alerts that hell yeah, buddy. I'm big into movies and whatnot. So yeah, if you click on my
yeah
sound alerts and anything on this channel and you use your channel points, I forgot to turn them back on. It's I've had them and just nobody presses them until now. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I like movie quotes, different things like that. You'll hear me quote Joe Dirt, Grandma's Boy, Half Baked. You'll hear me quote Talladega Nights. Any rom com, cheesy movie you could find. That's me. Go ahead. Sorry, somebody was commenting.
yeah yeah. So basically, with Cat, you had to feed him early. So after game 2, the Spurs coaching staff switched Wemby off of Cat because they saw him was getting brutalized. Then they put Cat to go up against Devin Vassell, Julian Champagny, or Dylan Harper.
Can we have a moment for the
And
referees for the first call ever done in an NBA Finals? A hair foul.
yeah, they
A hair foul. What's
yeah.
next?
Oh
Traveling while
oh
eating
oh.
Subway.
Or what we call damn. Like I
What
saw
break?
that shit. I was
Riding the Pine. BBC. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan 520. I'm just playing.
yeah,
Wait, 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 wait,
boy.
wait,
Listen,
wait, 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 wait. They have to stop and acknowledge me. All right, Roman Reigns, let's go.
but
The
nah, but when I
bloodline
saw
foul.
that,
You're not bleeding enough.
but when I saw what was it, Jalen Brunson getting a foul by touching was it Stephon Castle's hair? I almost said, hold on, he got a foul by touching his hair. That wasn't even his head.
Any further, any higher, Jalen Brunson would have probably jumped over him.
Yeah. Oh,
That
they,
man was jumping all over the place. Like, man, that I got to give Jalen Brunson
except,
credit though, because in the fourth, like, I really enjoy when he turns on to a whole different fucking level. It's phenomenal.
oh yeah.
It's
Listen,
watching Magic. I mean, in Villanova, man, he was Magic then as he is now, and I've said that.
yo, he was seeking out Wemby. He said, "Yo, Wemby, you defensive player of the year. I'm gonna come get you now."
He exposed Wimby though, because if you go at Wimby,
He
Wimby doesn't know what to do.
yo, he went after him. He went boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh, okay, okay,
You know
okay.
another player. You know another player that used to do that all the time was Rondo.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Rondo
Ron.
used to go up, and I used to go, man, how is he doing this magic? It's unreal to me. Another player
Used to
that
get
used to
those.
be that way that I used to watch, and I was just in amusement on, and just wow, white chocolate.
Oh yeah,
Jason Williams, I would
white
just
chocolate.
watch and go, man, what am I watching? Like I was just enthralled. Him and Mike Bibby were 1-2 to me. Like just like, whoa, what are you watching?
Yeah.
Same with John Stockton. John Stockton was that way too. That's what I like about the Knicks. They were passing the ball and it was like art in motion at times. But
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
said
yeah.
my problem with the Knicks is this. They need to next year work on being more aggressive. I felt sometimes Jalen Brunson, I felt some of the Knick players, especially Jalen Brunson, I felt like go up to the go you have the just go up. Take a foul.
Yeah,
It's fine. Just
yeah,
go up
yeah,
and take a
yeah.
foul. Go for a layup. Because a lot of time when they were playing passive aggressive and going for the 3, it's like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah, I said the same thing. Like go to the cup, go to the cup. Then sometimes you see them, they make two, they go for two, and I'm like, okay, good, come on,
and
can you just
sometimes
keep the stuff up?
Ananomi, I was like literally like I was literally like turning around and going, just take the layup. You don't need to go for a dunk. You don't need to go extra like that. You
No,
know, just go for the layup, take the foul. Layup, take foul.
of course.
They're gonna have to
Oh,
practice on
and
that because the Knicks could have really been at the line more. They could have been winning that game
yeah,
hardcore.
of course. And can we have a moment of silence for Wemby and his I am in.
You're
Wait,
driving
wait,
this
wait,
point
wait.
home tonight on this show, like tonight. You're literally like,
Can we have?
Wimby's this, Wimby's that.
See, listen, see,
Bro, just write him like they do in White Chicks. Just write him a bitch fit letter and just send it his way. Everything you despise about this man. You're not the only one. My mom has a whole bitch fit letter for him. She was quoting White Chicks to me about him, and I'm like, holy crap! All right, mom.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. So basically, his nickname now is Victim Wembanyama Mama.
Well, okay. According to my mother, because I caregive and do the thing, she was sitting back in her chair, she was soaking her feet, and she called Wimby a bitch.
So,
Said, "Are you telling me
Wembanyama.
this man is falling on the ground like that was literally flopping? What a bitch!" And I was like, "Damn,
No, no,
mom,
no. So,
damn."
so wait. Here's the moment of silence. Game 4. He makes the shot over Mitchell Robinson in the what was it, the first quarter or second? First half. He tells Mitchell Robinson, "I'm in your head." Mitchell Robinson does not play that. What he did? Boom, give him an elbow, let him fall, and then Wemby goes on the floor like, "I'm in your head. I'm
I
in your
love
head."
I love how Drayvon in the when they did the headshot and they didn't call it, and he goes, he was literally saying it's why did that happens to me? I get the bad calls, but when somebody else does my own move, they don't get a call. Boy, and he was like literally like he was sitting back, you just with his sunglasses, and you could tell like he was just shaking his head. I was dying.
Yeah,
When I was watching the halftime show. Man, that shit was like fucking funny.
I was watching
Drayvon's a
his
character. Drayvon's a character. I gotta give him that.
I was what I was watching his segment on I was watching the first part, the first half of his show, of the Draymond Green show, and he was giving advice to the young Spurs players. He said, "Hey, when you lose, you shake that person's hand. You look that killer." It's like he gave an example, like his like an assistant coach would let him know that, hey, that person who you beat have to look you in the eye. It's like you're the killer. They have to look that killer in the eye and just say, "Hey, job well done, job well done." But you don't go walking off on the floor. So he basically said that because, all right, Draymond Green, for all the antics that he causes, when he wins, guess what? He's shaking hands. Uh, like, okay, the last time he had won the championship, against Boston, he shook, and shook Jason Tatum's hand and said some things like, hey, you are there. Just keep working hard. That's all. So that's what he basically told him. But Wembanyama Mama, you became you became ba-
He became a
baby
thing in my
jewelry.
house, man. Somebody was like on fire, hating his ass. I was like, damn, man. Like I didn't realize the hatred was that real. Like holy
No, no, no.
shit. I
Because
was like, damn. All right.
listen. Because he says, "Oh, it's like," because here's the thing: Vegas and them did not even respect the Knicks
Can we
being
have
in
a
the
moment?
in the
Can we have a
NBA
moment
Finals.
for the Colorado Rockies ever in an MLB game getting 25 runs right as the
25 runs.
seventh inning? I found that
Yeah,
shit to be wild. I was watching that game. That shit was wild. And they want and I'm
I
like,
saw that.
they need to make that stadium bigger, the one that's going to be on the Vegas Strip, like for real,
For,
for the
for
A's. They need to make it bigger
yeah.
because
Oh,
they're gonna crush home
oh.
runs out of that. And I know it's supposed to be indoors and it's supposed to be air conditioning and the whole nine. But at the end of the day, I'm like sitting back going, can they make the bigger? Like they have enough
Wait.
room to
So
make
what?
it a little bit bigger, make it
So
regulation.
So wait, what are the dimensions?
Three
Then the
three
dimensions.
95 center and 380 on both sides.
Oh, 380 on both sides.
Yeah.
Wait. 380 to right field, 380 to left.
Yeah, it's 380 and
Oh,
380 and 398 or
really?
395.
Okay. Well, the home runs are gonna be crushed to left and right center field.
Well, to
I
me,
don't
the
know.
only thing I could think of in that situation, the only thing I could think of is in that situation is that
Yeah.
The Oakland Athletics, or sorry, the A's, the only thing I could think of there is the only thing in my mind I could think of in that situation, and this is me being honest, the only thing I could think of
Yeah.
is that they want to attract players for home runs and spectacles than actually making a real nice ballpark. They have enough room to extend that. And from what the blueprint looks like, from because they're almost done building it, it just looks like the fans in center field are going to be on top of each other.
Okay. So, and then also too, you're gonna have what is it? Bright Line West. That's gonna be running out there too.
Yeah, they're going to be on the Vegas Strip. It's going to be interesting because they said they took courage to make this stadium. They had to do a lot of like make shrinking things to make it fit into that lot in the Vegas Strip.
So
So it's going to be interesting.
and then you're gonna have the train line, which is Bright Line West, running along what is it? What's that highway? I it's supposed to run along a highway after it
Because
leaves
I've been to the
Ranch.
Vegas Strip. I've seen fun fact, I've been to even here where I'm at in the Coachella Valley. Vegas is like
Mhm.
an hour and a half, like literally I think it's like an hour and a half or like an hour or so for me. Um
Okay.
so I've been to Reliance Stadium where they did WrestleMania this year, and I've seen it. It's nice. I think SoFi and Reliance is pretty nice. I'll give it that. They're both nice.
Mhm.
I've even been to the T-Mobile Arena. It's nice. I've also been to the Tuita Dome. It's nice. Um, I think the Tuita Dome I think it's more interesting because they do the light show. So like as you're sitting, the cool part about the Tuita Dome when you sit down, and I'll tell this story to people. So when you go to the Tuita Dome, because I went for a concert, and it was one of them. I think it was Bruno Mars or one of them, and it was like the first week they opened up the stadium or the arena. When you go in, um, if you already have your ticket digitally, it automatically scans you in. You know, you just
Okay.
touch and it does like how it does Android Pay, boom,
Yes.
or Apple Pay, simple. You just open the Ticketmaster app or the Live Nation app, boom, boom, and done. When you're sitting, they bring you. If you're sitting in the right section, um, you can go up, and then they have like little. It's kind of like vending machines in a way, and then you just tap your phone and you can get your beer that way. There's no having to like fight lines. It's pretty nice. It's actually
Yes.
quite cool. I actually, and
That,
then when like they do certain things, the stands light up in different lighting and stuff. So when they're doing, I think it was Bruno Mars when he does his couple of songs, the lighting and everything changes. It's pretty cool.
okay.
Now I've also been to the also SoFi Stadium. I saw the Rolling
Yeah.
Stones there. So um that stadium is just phenomenal. I I had to look around for a minute because it was so nice. Now I've been where the FC play, where they did the Wildcat games for the XFL when Vince was bringing it back. That stadium's
Yes.
kind of small, and then I've also been to, of course, who hasn't been in the Memorial Stadium? Or if you haven't, it's pretty legendary. That's where USC plays, and then I've been to the Rose Bowl. And the Rose Bowl
Rose
is
Bowl.
getting redone for the Olympics and whatnot going forward.
Okay.
They're putting
Okay. Good.
$1 billion into that stadium to keep it to renovate it because they were gonna build a new one, and then I guess LA talked ownership out of it that owned that to keep it it's kind of like a landmark, kind of like how they don't do Red Sox Wembley Field.
Yeah, Fenway
Fenway
Park.
Park, thank you. It's the same with Chicago. They just refix it and stuff like that. They don't. Oh, and by the way, if you guys didn't know, if you're an NHL fan, next Dallas, there's nobody knows this. If you didn't know this, now you're gonna know. Smooth. Dallas Stars and the Mavericks are moving. I guess both owners can't get
Oh,
along in a room.
oh,
Yeah, they're both moving. That's confirmed.
okay.
So they're moving
So
out of downtown Dallas to they're moving up. And they're gonna be like they said travel's gonna be shit. Traffic wise and everything in Texas for it. They're moving out of a
okay.
high traffic place. One stadium's gonna be inside of a mall. They're gonna renovate half of the mall to be a stadium, and then the other side of it's gonna be a mall and shopping and all that. And then the other one's gonna be in an empty lot where it used to be a mall.
Okay. So wait a minute. So the Dallas Dallas Stars are not owned by the Mavs ownership group, is it?
No, they're separate ownerships. Yeah, they just couldn't get along.
Okay.
One
Now,
wanted renovations of the American Airlines arena, and
mhm.
the Stars said no, fuck that. We want a new stadium. And they wanted certain things, and honestly, the Mavericks said fuck that too. So they both couldn't get
Okay.
along. So they said, you know what, we're just gonna go have two separate stadiums, our arenas.
So,
And I went, that's kind of stupid because honestly, with traffic, for what I saw commentators talk about, it was kind of very, very interesting. I'm more interested in what they're gonna do with the Calvary Flames, the new Saddle Dome. It's gonna be interesting.
yeah.
That's interesting
Okay. Okay.
to me, from what the
Yeah.
mock-ups and everything look like.
Okay. I gotta see that. I gotta definitely see that one. But definitely, well deserved for them to have a have like a new arena and of renovation.
All right, guys, we're gonna anything else you want to talk about? I think
Nah, that's.
pretty much on the
I mean,
wrestling
that's
side, Tessa Blanchard being granted her release. It wasn't a firing, as some people are saying.
no,
Um,
no.
we talked about the UFC Freedom 250. We said that was a shit show. The matches
That was
were
a
all
shit
over
show.
the place. There was
And
things
then
that were
and then
said that
and
were
then
stupid.
and Daniel Cormier is vindicated. I'm
Oh
just
yeah, of course
saying.
he is. Of course he is because what's his name went on one of the Fox News shows and had to justify it wasn't rigged.
No, that it was rigged.
Oh, that it was rigged. Yeah, I had to justify it.
No, no, no. The denied the fact that that it was rigged and said, "Oh, it wasn't rigged," and
You
that
know,
was Eric Trump.
by the way, they have the crypto transactions.
Yes.
They're showing now they have leaks of crypto transactions between blah 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 and Cormier. It's all shady, and
Mm,
I get why Cormier, and I'm gonna say this, I get why he didn't say anything. I get it because TKO gave him, TKO is giving him a little bit more money, incentivizing him. So I get it. I get it. He got a nice fat stack. I get it. I get it.
okay.
I get it. 401k. I get it. Fat stacks. I get it. You got to keep that. You got to keep that. You got to keep the bag. I get it. I'm not mad at him. Like I told you the other night, I'll tell you the truth. I was not happy with them, and I called him some choice. I called him a pussy. Stand on
You
brand. You know what
did.
I mean? But I understand it to an extent. I get it. He loves UFC. He's been a brand ambassador, kind of like you know who came out? What's his name? Titus O'Neil came out, and
Titus
then
O'Neil. Yes, I did
Titus
see that.
O'Neil came out and he took his post down.
Yep.
I'm wondering if the same thing happened with that.
Yep. 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 I kept saying, listen. I'm gonna say it to you, like I was saying it to you. While we're talking about, I'm gonna say it to everybody here now. Listen, when you are doing a business, especially in the business of what Titus O'Neil and Daniel Cormier are doing, we know who runs the shit.
Oh,
And
by
at
the way,
any moment,
real quickly, let's high five each other because we were damn well right about something. Ready? You ready?
yes. Okay.
AEW is officially on Amazon Prime on their guide.
We said that. There we
All
go.
their shows are
Yep.
on Prime going forward.
All right now. All right now.
And they're also on Tubi, and I think Tony Khan did state that they were going to be on a lot more places going forward.
Okay.
So
And then I saw the posting of the other wrestling promotions that are going to be on my AEW.
yeah, I love. We'll cover this real quick. I'll give an opinion. Me and you have both been
Mhm.
saying this. AEW wants to be multi worldwide.
Yes.
I don't
And you
think
know
I
what?
don't. They want to be fair. They want to be on everything. So yeah, they'll have their own exclusive app if you want to go there to watch their stuff and what they have to present, or you can go over to other places and watch them for free and support their product.
Of course.
You
And you know
know,
what? Listen, it's a win-win for them. It's a
yes.
win-win for everybody.
This man right here has been right 100%. I mean, I've quoted everything that's happening timeline wise, but this guy said how it was gonna go. My co-host said how it was gonna go and how it was gonna play out. And wild, he's been calling it 100% correct since last July with me. He
In
said,
regards to
"Look, next July, mark your words. Amazon Prime will be the new home of Ring of Honor."
yeah,
That's what you said to me. You literally
yes,
said that.
because like I said, everything was trending in that direction. I said, don't worry, they're gonna get it to the streaming. They're gonna get it to a streaming platform because Amazon has been speaking to AEW behind the scenes to get all of its programming on that platform. They
Yeah,
wanted that
I
wrestling.
covered that on the channel, on my YouTube channel for a while there. Yeah, I have that all on a
Yeah,
playlist. Me and you went back and
because
forth how it was going to work.
yeah, but like I said, and like I said, watch, Ring of Honor will be on Amazon Prime, and look at it now, and look at what's happening. Dynamite and Collision is gonna follow suit. So definitely everything.
Let me give you a prediction here. I think if I don't think that's going to happen because Tony Khan has been in talks and they said like they're going to honor the contract and everything, but when that does expire, if
Mhm.
that's the case, if it expires, I see them launching on Amazon Prime weekly. I could see this
Yes,
Collision,
yeah,
and I could see them bringing Collision to Thursdays and putting Ring of Honor on a Friday.
okay. Well,
So
because yeah,
Wednesday
Ring of
night
Honor,
Dynamite and doing a separate of rosters because AEW is going to eventually have to do that anyway because they got too much
yes,
talent. They're going to have to
yes,
eventually, and it makes sense. And then you were telling me, well, how could they do that? Well, WWE does that. It just makes
true.
sense. And it's a win-win for Amazon. Think about it this way: they could sell a lot of merchandise because AEW does have a storefront and everything
Mhm. On
on
Amazon,
Prime.
and plus Amazon, and also Amazon Prime does carry the pay-per-views as well. So that's one thing that.
I love how the good budget wrestling fans turned around on X and said, "Oh no, they never work with Amazon." Tony Khan is an NFL analytic owner, partial owner of the Jaguars, and his dad.
Of the
So
Jaguars, yes.
and also too, let's make it real here. Shad Khan is technically the guy that put the money to run the place. And yes, he's attached to Orange Man. Yes, he's donated and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I don't really see. I think Shad Khan, if anything went down with AEW, I think he would go play nice with the current regime. And I think AEW would be safe. I've been saying that for a while. Shad Khan has
Oh
been
yeah.
friends with Orange Man for a while. So I think
For a
that
while.
would AEW would be safe.
And
I
and
think
right
they would be
now and,
fine.
and right now what I saw with the renovations that they're gonna do with this Jaguar Stadium, it's gonna be a good one. Very
Well,
nice.
yeah, and they're also renovating Darby's place. I think what it is.
Daly's place.
Daly's
So
place.
so
Yeah, they're renovating it to make it
because
bigger.
yeah, so basically it's gonna be because basically they're gonna have more of more light, a little bit more bright lighting with the football stadium, and also expanded seating setups for Daly's place.
Well,
So
Daly's Place, they were
basically,
talking about doing more, making it more like an enclosed amphitheater, kind of like how Red Rocks is like, and a little, or just slightly bigger. So I like to see
yes,
what they do because they said they were going to upgrade both so wrestling could be a more of a thing. Because
yeah, because
originally, what AEW was going to do was going to rent out the Daly's Place for Ring of Honor.
and that would have been a good thing too. But see,
Yes,
they can't rent it, and but see, they're not gonna rent it out now because they're currently they started with the renovations.
yes. You know, and I'm really
So if it,
surprised. I'm really surprised how because Full Sail's right there, and Tony Khan has talked about they've ran events there before. I'm
yeah,
surprised how they did not rent that out because honestly, to me, I'm now really liking the fact they're getting back to taping in between shows again for these are going live, especially on YouTube. They should. The whole TV thing is kind of running its like luster out. It's kind of like
yeah, the TV,
running it. Yeah, it's kind of running
yeah,
itself out.
yeah, because I was looking at it, as, it just didn't fit it. I
It
said
feels like
they
there's
go to
no pulse in the room.
so, but Full Sail, see, Full Sail wouldn't mind having Ring of Honor there neither. They wouldn't mind.
Well, you would have more people in the
Listen,
crowd. You would have more people in a
of
crowd.
course,
My thing is
and
when
and
the way NWA made it work like that is they had a pulse. It worked. Crowds was fired up.
yes,
All right, guys.
that was
Well,
before.
that's gonna be
Yep,
it for the night. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
that's it.
We're
Well,
kind of at the 3:30 mark, and I just realized
I
someone's got
see
to go
that
to
both of
bed
y'all.
and get ready for their day tomorrow, and they got a
Yeah,
lot of things
I
going
saw that.
on. So here's the
I saw
deal.
that your.
Go ahead.
I saw that your Dodgers won and my Yankees won. So
Hell yeah.
yeah,
All right. So tomorrow we're gonna skip out on the AEW Dynamite. We'll push that back to Friday, and then we'll just do Ring of Honor and all that combined. So you guys get one major show. Next month we're gonna be 1-to-1 with MLPW for sure.
yes,
MLP Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling for sure.
they really put and it's debuted
Expect
on
some stuff.
TSN. Oh
Expect
yes,
some stuff from us. World Cup, we'll talk about Team USA. If there's good stuff, there's bad stuff. Your team won today, I think.
that's right, Argentina.
Argentina all day long. Man, the crowd was fire for that. Guys, make sure to follow
Congratulations.
Smooth over on all social medias at SmoothPana. His links and
Yes,
everything are down below. Um, Also, guys, make sure to check me out on all social media. Thanks again for all the raids tonight, all the hosting. I appreciate that. Much love to Technical. Much love to Jonathan. I appreciate it. J-Lo, appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you, Technical. Thank you for the talk, Technical. If you're still around, much love to you and everything you do. She has a team. By the way, check out her team. Check out everything to do with her. Amazing peeps, amazing friend. I left her Discord and she kind of had a talk with me, kind of gave me a pep talk, so I appreciate that and all the love. Make sure to check out Lavender Dreams. Check out her community. Another one that's been supporting hardcore. Make sure to check out Uncle Bad Touch. I appreciate him a lot. And Outcast and all the wonderful people that come by. Ego, everybody, including Maja Games. Guys, much love to everybody tonight. Much love to everybody here. Much love to my co-host. Um, Guys, be well, be kind, treat each other the way you want to be treated, as always. And if you're not having fun, go try to find some fun. And be kind. That's the one thing I will tell you always in my shows and that I do at Smooth or streams. Be kind to one another. Treat each other with some respect. And if you're not having
yes,
fun, make sure to go have some fun. We are out.
yes, please do.
Thank you guys. As always, I will see you guys here later. I'm gonna probably go take a quick nap, get back on. I am gonna go find somebody in the let's see, anybody I know that's live that I let's see. Let's see. We're gonna go find somebody new tonight. There's not many people on my end that I'm seeing, so we're gonna go find somebody new on the Twitch side. We're gonna go over to Fortnite, go make somebody's night. Let's see here. We're gonna go to lowest to high, and let's see here. We can find somebody new and show that love. So if you need to go to bed, you have a good night, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Check y'all later.
All right, buddy.
All right. You take care, man.
Take care, buddy. All right. So we're gonna go raid Zan DNA. Looks like he's grinding some Fortnite. He's got that beautiful SM7B looking mic. And guys, show him the love. Show him everything. Here's my raid call if you guys are still around. If you're lurking, I understand. We will be back tomorrow, a little later today, with Fortnite, Apex, Rocket League. Expect the marathon, man. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. I will be around, and parties, lobbies will be open. I'll be playing Forza. If anybody wants to come play online with me, come hang out with me, chill with me, vibe with me. Feel free, DM me, reach out to me. I'm always down to play co-op campaigns, different things like that. As always, I will see you guys. There's my call-in sign. We're going to go show somebody some major love and somebody new. So say hi to him. I'll see you guys. Peace.